About the matchup so quickly and what you expect tonight.
What is what it is. I mean, when we're both good, we're going to both play each other in the playoffs. And, I think, let's just get it on as soon as possible. Why wait? You know what's going to happen eventually, so let's get it on as soon as possible.
Yeah. The matchups that you see tonight and some of the things that you see after last week, is it enough to adjust, or do you know each other so well that there's no secrets really?
I don't think there's a lot of secrets. There's going to be a little bit of twists and turns here and there. We gotta not prepare for those, but understand they're coming and then handle them and then move on. I mean, they are who they are. They do what they do, same as us. You know, we have a couple wrinkles here and there, but we are who we are. We do what we do. We live how we live.
Has to be nice to have a senior-laden group, including led by your backfield, the Kinneys, the Twins, and others. It's got to. Does it feel more comfortable going into the later rounds with a veteran team?
It does. It really does. And I think we got to do a better job of just letting Colton run the offense. Sometimes we get away from non-traditional read plays, and we got to let him do his thing and let him read through the defense, because he's about as veteran as you're ever going to see, and he knows it about as well as anyone we're ever going to have. So we got to put the ball in his hands a little bit more. Let him make decisions and let him, put this team on his back and carry us through.
What is something through the history of these games, and you've had several of them, where you look back and you think, well, if this happens, we're going to win the game, or if this happens, we're going to lose the game? What is that for you guys tonight? The
big one is we got to score. I mean, we've had close games, and all of a sudden we put 7 on the board or we put 14 on the board. We got to score over 21 points. That was what we said last week, and we did it. And we got to eliminate the turnovers, and we got to eliminate their big plays. They do a great job on play action. We got to make sure we stay behind that ball, make sure we're not cutting underneath the routes, and we got to play the ball, tackle them, live to see another down.
What do you do to eat up time until kickoff? How do you do it?
I don't know. It's not fun in my stomach from about 2 o'clock on. It's miserable inside. I would love some help on that. You got any help for me?
Go enjoy tonight. Thanks for having us out.
Chad.
Congrats on a great season.
I appreciate it, Chad. Thank you.
All right,
much.
there he is. That's Jim DeWald, head coach, getting his Maples ready to take on their rival, the Falcons of Groves. Much, much more in the pregame show at Gridiron Game Day right after this.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
'69th meeting all time between these two schools. Chad Bush, Sam Stickday with you. Kara Wolfbauer. Let's look at the impact players for this contest between these two rivals from Birmingham. We'll start first with the Seaholm Maples, who take the field here at Maple Field. Stick, who do you have for the Maples? Let's start on offense first. Who's been making that impact?
I'm talking about the man in the middle, big number 51, Luke Johnson. He's the guy that makes all the calls, 2-year starter, very smart, cerebral player. He's kind of the glue guy, and he makes big plays every single week. And then you look at the other side of the ball, defensive end, number 57, Luke Thurswell. They say he's thirsty. He's thirsty for that quarterback. He defends the edge really well. He really is part of the whole thing that keeps that big defensive line in motion. So look for him to have a big game on the edge. And then when we're talking about Birmingham Groves, of course, on defense, you got to look at Avery Gatch. He's big number 74. Second best player in the state on offense. They just started including him on the defensive side of the ball. But when you're a specimen like he is, just get him on the field at any point in time. And then on offense, Chris Little, 21, the speed that this guy has. You saw it first play of the last time these two teams met up last week. Big, long touchdown. So expect number 21 to show his speed all over the field, kind of Tyreek Hill-esque.
Yes, sir. We are getting set to go. Kara Wolfbauer, a member of our crew, and she's standing by in the sidelines with a on-the-field report. We'll get to Kara in just a moment. Beautiful night for football, 73 degrees, crisp, clean, no rain for the first time in what feels like 6 weeks. And Stick and I are glad to have you. Let's go down to the field to Kara Wolfbauer. Kara, take it away.
Thanks, Chad. Now, as you guys know, Birmingham matchup tonight, both sides, Groves versus Seaholm. At the start of a playoff game, loser goes home tonight. As I was walking past some of the parents earlier, I actually heard one of the dads say, if you're not pumped up and ready to go for this game, you should just head home. And that's, honestly, I couldn't have agreed more. You couldn't have a better matchup right here for this first playoff game. So really excited to see how it turns out tonight. With 3,000 to 4,000 people showing up ready to watch this game here tonight, as both these teams are a top 10 team. So should be a fantastic matchup, and we'll see what we've got in store. Chad?
Yeah, you know it's a big deal. Thank you very much, Kara. When you have 3,000 to 4,000 expected to show up, they're already filling up the stand stick. An exciting contest, and the fans are showing out in Birmingham, just like they did last week in the one-score game. All-time series. And Birmingham Seaholm stick surprisingly has dominated this series statistically over the long haul of it.
Yeah, Groves lately, though, has kind of taken the upper hand. As you see there last season, they had They had a three-game winning streak headed into 2023, and they swept Seaholm last season. So Seaholm's kind of got that in their back pocket to try to get right and get some revenge tonight.
Yeah, Groves with a 3-2 all-time lead, sixth meeting all-time in the playoffs. They had not met just one time prior to the 2018 season. They met in '97 in the playoffs. We're set to go. Groves to kick it off. And back deep for Seaholm, Emerson, the return man, and we are set to go and underway. Gage Waters boots it, and up the right side, it's Emerson with a return across the 30 to the 35 before he's finally tackled down by number 20. That's Noah Sanders with a tackle. A solid return, and here we see the Seaholm offense stick, which is unique. Here's another look at the replay.
Yeah, and I got to give a lot of credit to Robert Penn coming in, number 44, and clearing house, allowing that big return to happen. But yeah, here we go. The Veer offense in full effect. Timing, precision, blocking. That's what it's all about.
Exactly right. It's a team that last week put up 21 points of offense. It's led by Colton Kinney, 3-year starter at quarterback, a Division I baseball prospect. His twin brother, Grandin, is the lead running back. They call him the A-back and the B-back. Handoff left side and a gain of a few for Seaholm.
Yeah, and if you're Groves, that's kind of exactly what you want to do all game long. Just muck it up in the middle. Make those holes disappear.
Earn, Baldner, Johnson, Thurswell, and Brandstrom up front for this offense. Coordinators Jim DeWald. There you see the backs and receivers. Emerson along with Kinney. Emerson will move from A-back to his old position. And so a little bit of an adjustment in this game. Brock Hartwig will play in replace of Robbins, who is out with a hamstring. Pitch right side on his feet after the missed tackle. And it's a stretch out near the first down. It'll be about third and a yard and a half. Hartwig on the carry. This is Hartwig who's in for Robbins, who's nursing the hamstring. Big opportunity for Brock.
Yeah, but we talked about 74, Avery Gatch. Watch him come here and just kind of clean up this play with violence. Look how fast and big he is when he moves. Third and short.
That interior offensive line, as you touched on, Stick, very solid this year with Thurswell, Johnson, and Baldner, the strength of this offense. Colton Kinney with motion. The pitch left to the motion man, has a first down, left side. It's Jack Lewis, the senior slot, and a guy who's had a lot of production this year. Move the chains. Here's the starters for the Groves defense. Jackson Wan at an end, Gatch and Fayez in the middle. Brzezinski along with Hammonds. Hammonds a very solid defensive end. Lattimore and Ballou, Little, Brooks, and Armbrashmacher are the corners along with Abbott. First and 10 for Seaholm on the move. This methodical triple option veer. Colton Kinney, the quarterback, will keep it for 6 across midfield before he's tripped up. 3 possessions last week. Ball maintenance, hiding that football. I mean, it's 9, 10, 11-minute drive stick. This is something that Seaholm really loves to do well.
Yeah, their first 4 plays are exactly like they want to script them up. Actually, this first down play kind of puts them way ahead of where they want to be because 3 yards in a cloud of dust is exactly what they want. They want to wear on you. They want to keep you guessing where that ball is. And that's why I'm saying mucking it up in the middle is huge for Groves in this game.
Expect Groves to pass it 2 to 4 times a game. They've completed 16 passes this year in 30 attempts. Kinney pitches right side, and it's well covered by Teddy Abbott, the safety, coming up to make the tackle short of the sticks. And the good road crowd of the Falcons has brought it, and their fans on their feet across the way. Here's another look, Stick.
Yeah, Brock Hartwig here had a chance to break this. He's one-on-one with the defender, and a great form tackle taking out his ankles. You're talking about the crowd. I love it. Groves fans all in white, Seaholm all in black. It's like they planned it.
A win over Harper Woods this year, a win over Ferndale, win over Bloomfield Hills. The last 3 wins for Groves. Keeper Kinney, and he fights forward and gets a few yards after contact. Finally dragged down by Dominic Taylor. Move the chains. This is a guy that feeds on making that initial contact. He's a yak guy all the way. How about Colton Kinney?
Yeah, not only that, he got the entire crowd into it, because that's a tackle for loss for sure, but he fights his way for that first down. Huge first down, and once again, 3 plays, first down, on schedule.
6 plays, all rushes, 22 yards, and 2 first downs. Seaholm on the move. And this 69th meeting all time. Glad you're with us on NFHS. This is a prep production. He is Sam Stick Day. My name's Chad Bush. Kara Wolfbauer on the sidelines. We'll get to Kara shortly.
Got an official's timeout for an equipment issue. Got to keep the boys safe.
That's right. It's been 7 wins in a row for Seaholm since their only blemish in week 2 against the Catholic League's UAD Jesuit Cubs. Run up the middle and a pound and a shoulder to the 30. It's a gain of 13 yards. It's Grandin Kinney this time delivering the punch. Wonder Twin powers activate.
And that's what makes this Veer offense so tough. You know, you've tackled the guy with the fake handoff up the middle 4 or 5 times. He didn't have the ball. Finally, you let him go. Next thing you know, it's a big play up the middle.
Jim DeWall can't say enough about the film rats that Colton Kinney and Grandin Kinney are, especially Grandin. You'll also see at linebacker. Both these guys are Division I baseball prospects. They're going to Western Michigan and leaning towards the Broncos. It's kept by Colton outside the numbers. Stays on his feet inside the 20. And Colton Kinney down to the 15. A gain of 15 with a rolling clock and 7.5 to go in the opening quarter from Birmingham.
And you know what I love about this run here is you called it earlier. He loves to seek contact. Look at the second contact here. He breaks the first one, but then when the second guy is coming to hit him, he turns right here and just faces him and it tries to run him over.
Feeds off a contact. Talked to his father this week at practice and just said he just loves to initiate it. He's always been that way. Keeps it here. Pop pass, end zone, caught, touchdown, Maples! Into the end zone, it's Louis Sullivan. The old sneakeroo. When that pass comes, something productive does, usually.
Yeah, well, 1 out of every 3 of their passes is for a touchdown, and you got to see 1 of 1 so far in this game. And you could almost see him pull up to pass on the play previous to this, and he decided to keep it and run. But here, you can see they let the wide receiver go, and just a quick dump pass over the top. That is exactly what Seaholm drew up when they had all week thinking about that opening drive.
Baldner to snap it. Louis Sullivan, who caught the touchdown pass, to hold it. And the kick from Wesley Billings is good. 7-0 Seaholm on a methodical drive that ends in the most improbable of ways. A touchdown reception here.
Yeah, there you see the quarterback rolling out and just quick over the top. And that's what makes this offense so tough. You sell out, you sell out, you sell out. And when you do that, you can get beat on those simple little plays over the top.
Get this, it's Sullivan's 3rd catch of the year. All 3 catches have been for touchdowns. As you get a look at Jimmy D, he's fired up and marching up and down that sidelines. How about it? There's Mr. Johnson, the center, leading the way. 7-0 Seaholm. It was a 9-play drive, 65 yards, 5 minutes and 1 second. And it was a Colton Kinney pass to Louis Sullivan 15 yards, extra kick from Wesley Billings is good. And it was a drive that was all runs except the final touchdown, the 15-yard pitch and catch.
And if you're Birmingham Groves, I mean, you come into this game, you're all hype. I saw them during warm-ups. They were very excited to be here. And then all of a sudden you find yourself down 7-0. And you got to tell yourself, hey, they beat us on that veer. We had all week to practice against it this week. We're not going to get beat on it this week. And for that first possession to go that way, got to be a little bit disheartening. So Groves got to bounce back right here on this drive.
Billings to boot it. It is a dangerous return crew for Groves that you've got to pay attention to. And one of the big guys back there that has some jump is Chris Little. He can really run it, and he is a threat. Also back deep is number 33, Riley Armbrash-Macher. All right. Billings to try the right side, and Little. 21 Little with a football, and he is spilled at the 19-yard line. Tackled by number 44. That is Penn Roberts, the reserve receiver. And a fine special teams play here.
Yeah, 2 kickoffs and 2 big plays by him. He had a huge block on Seaholm's return, and now here you're just going to see him erase Little from the screen. Right there. Boom. Hit him right in the chest.
It was an opening week win for Groves over North Farmington, 36-3. They would take on West Bloomfield in week 2. And although they lost that ball game 41-19, they saw some things they liked. And Brendan Flaherty, in his 23rd year, the head coach, really likes his quarterback. And we will get to see the Groves offense. Caden Hardy is the quarterback. And his brother, Nick Hardy, someone to watch along with Chris Little. The running backs are Mario Campoy Lovasco, along with Noah Sanders. That is the son of Barry Sanders. Groves is backed up. They'll start on their 12. Trailing 7-0. Run right side. It's healthy, and it's a good gain. And the run is by the aforementioned Mario Campoy Lovasco. And it's a healthy gain of 8 on first.
And that's exactly what Groves likes to do. If they can establish that run early and get those kind of big chunk plays, this is where they're going to hit you with that play action pass.
They like that right side. It gets them 8 yards. Groves with a 1 running back set now. Sanders in the backfield. He gets the call on the stretch play. Outside the numbers. Has the first down. Has more. And it's a gain up to the 23. This is the speedy Noah Sanders before he's finally forced out of bounds in the boundary. And the tackle made by Sean Emerson. There's a look at the defensive lineman, Thurswell, who's having a great season, senior. El Sharnobi along with Johnson and Earn up front. The linebacking crew looks like this. Groves in a first and 10 now. After the fine pickup by Sanders. Going to try the right side. This time nothing home on the opposite side of the field. Tackle made by Sean Emerson. Emerson a part of that backside. This is the linebacking crew with Hartwig, Ralph, Roberts, and Kinney. Brandon Kinney, the leading linebacker of this group. And Emerson, who just made the tackle, along with Luger on the other corner. Robbins and Lewis are the talented safeties.
The curly mullet on Emerson.
You'll love it.
It's a hockey mullet.
I'm trying to get there myself. He was an inspiration.
Hey, let's stretch and go, let's stretch and go.
2nd down and 8, give up the middle, nothing home. Stuffed out early. And right in the middle of the mix is number 34. That's a guy you'll hear quite a bit tonight, Brandon Kinney, their leading tackler.
Yeah, and I'm surprised Groves hasn't tried to do a play-action play so far yet on this drive. I mean, that's their bread and butter, and that's how they get their speed open and in those big areas. you would probably expect to see it here on third down, but now on third down, people are expecting you to pass,
Right.
so a play action really doesn't benefit you as much.
That's right.
I'm shocked we didn't see it right after that first big run.
3-year starter is the quarterback, Hardy. His brother, a junior receiver. Here's the jet sweep to Noah Sanders, trying to get that edge, and is forced out at the 31-yard line. He's 5 yards shy of the first down, and it looks like punting time coming up for the Groves offense after they get a first down. And here's another look at that edge that Groves likes to run, that stretch play. Fine job by Seaholm.
Yeah, Seaholm actually during warm-ups was running a play where they were driving all the running backs to the edge, even beyond this the out-of-bounds stripe, past the purple. They were pushing them out to then and making sure that everybody touched them, and it paid off on that play specifically. So they practiced hard, they practiced before this game, and it worked out on game film.
Sure did. Here comes the punt. Emerson back deep. And the punt is off by Mario Campoy Lovasico. And a fair catch by Emerson. And here comes the Seaholm offense. Seaholm has led. Big advantage in this game. A 5-minute drive. That's just a 1:20 drive for Groves. 4 plays, 8 yards.
And that's tough, you know, when you're a timing team like Birmingham Groves and you want to get the plays working down the field, you need some more plays. You need more than a minute of offensive time of possession. And if you're Seaholm, that 5 minutes to start off the game is exactly what the doctor ordered.
Veer option offense. This is an offense that Jim DeWald has run the last decade. And learned from Tony Anise. Pitch, left side. Kinney with a pitch. It's a good decision. And it's to Jack Lewis, who has a burst and has a first down, gain of 12.
Well, I like the little wrinkle that they added here. They put a lead blocker out in front. Normally, it's just been an option read with the quarterback and the running back. That time, they put a blocker in motion. It was able to spring the running back.
Finally tackled by Ivan Bellew. So 2nd down and 2. This is what Seaholm lives for. They're happy if they get 4-yard stick.
Yeah,
on play number 1.
They're happy. I mean, that's what they want to do. Just keep this clock running and pounding away.
The defensive coordinators for Groves are co-coordinated with Brian Hafner and Jason Wilson. The offense for Seaholm is coordinated by their head coach, Jim DeWald. That's a keeper left side. Kinney needed 2. He got 4. It's a first down, move the chains, 3.5 left in the opening quarter. 7-0 the Maples trying to get to that sweep.
And if you're a defensive player right now, it's just so frustrating because of all these little wrinkles they keep adding to this veer. It's like, all right, I gotta get the fake up the middle. Now I gotta watch the option. Now I gotta watch the pass. Now I gotta watch the lead blocker on the option. Even though it's the same play, essentially, that they're running to the left and the right, there's so many wrinkles to it.
Kinney, the leading rusher this year, 555 yards on the ground. 5 ball carriers with 300 or more yards. Kinney pitches this time, right side. It's Brock Hartwig who breaks a tackle, and Brock Hartwig who's near another first down up to the 42 before he's finally spilled. Gatch will check out of the game. He was playing some reps at defensive tackle. We had to wonder how his stamina will hold up. And another look at this well-blocked play.
Yeah, I thought Chris Little did a great job containing the edge there and forcing him back up the middle, and they kind of ran into each other, was still able to get that into a 9-yard gain. Now you're pushing 2nd and 1.
12 plays, 86 yards in the ballgame for Seaholm. 5 plays, 18 yards. 1 pass that's been completed both ways. Seaholm's went for a touchdown. Handoff, middle, Kinney. Gets a few, but he gets enough for a first down, move the chains. Another first down, Seaholm now with 6 in the ballgame.
And that's what makes Seaholm so frustrating. Most teams, they have 2nd and 1. They're going to use it maybe to throw a bomb into the end zone, maybe spread out the defense. Seaholm's just happy taking those 2 yards, getting another fresh set of downs, and making you stop it again.
2 minutes left in the opening quarter. Seaholm on the move, trying to get to win number 9 and eliminate their rival, their hated rival. Keeps it, Kinney, pitch, right side. And holding on for dear life, a solid tackle by Teddy Abbott, the safety. but not before Brock Hartwig, who's again getting more burn tonight, stepping in nicely here. Good read by Kinney.
And that's exactly where I was just going to go with this. The quarterback is being a maestro right now. He's reading the defensive end perfectly. He's reading the defensive line perfectly. He's knowing when to hold it, knowing when to fold it. He's Kenny Rogers out there.
Groves lost their 2 linebackers from a year ago to graduation. It was a big loss. Couple of tough leaders in the middle against an offense like this, Stick. I mean, those are things that you look back and you really look as a resource.
Yeah, but as we talk about all the time at the high school level, it's next man up, and sometimes you're giving a kid a lot of opportunity to make things happen, like right here.
Kinney slips inside, drags another defender inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. Finally tripped up by Shortridge, but not before a 29-yard run, the longest run tonight for Seaholm. They're now over 100 yards.
Yeah, Kenny is just having his way right now. We just talked about how he was a maestro. This one, he keeps it, breaks a tackle, cuts up the middle, and is able to use his athleticism. And once again, just seeking out contact. He's going to hit you. He is not going to get hit.
Gain of 17 officially, my bad. 1st and 10 from the 15. Inside give, nothing home, shut down quickly. And a big part of that is their best linebacker, who's filling in for those 2 seniors that graduated a year ago, and that's Gage Waters. That'll be the final play of the first quarter. A quarter dominated by Seaholm. 100 more yards than their rival, trying to eliminate them and send them home and advance to the district final. Gridiron Game Day rolls on NFHS. We're back to Seaholm and Maple Field right after this.
Be the best version of yourself. Be bold. Be brilliant. Be Birmingham.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day here with us on the Prep. My name is Carol Wolfbauer, and we already heard Chad and Stick talk about it a few times tonight, but we've got brother duos on both sides of the ball tonight. We have Nick and Caden Hardy on Grove side, and here on Seaholm, we have, as you guys know very well, Grandin and Colton Kinney. We've already seen Colton Kinney with a lot of production so far tonight, and Colton and Grandin, both guys we've seen as our G of the game so far this year. So really excited to see how both these sides of the ball end up turning out tonight as these brother duos face off against one another. Chad, let's hear from you.
Yeah, always cool. I had a brother. Was fortunate enough to play with him.
You still have a brother.
I still do, fortunately. We're actually going to the game on Monday night. Yeah. No, I haven't disowned him. My dad's to my left. He's happy to hear that.
Yeah, that's great.
But it's cool when you have a brother or a sibling that you're able to compete with at this level. I mean, let alone a twin. And then the Hardy brothers. I mean, how cool and how fitting, the Hardy brothers with an explosive combo at quarterback receiver.
Well, isn't that the saying, iron sharpens iron, and when you're competing with your brother every day who's also a supreme athlete, you're only going to get better. So it's a good situation for both those young boys.
So Seaholm on the move in a 2nd and 7. And the opening play of the second quarter. From the right hash, Colton Kinney trying to direct this offense back in the end zone. And we've got a whistle and a timeout. And Groves didn't like what they saw. That's the co-defensive coordinators, Brian Hafner and Jason Wilson, who's up in the booth to our left. Let's take a look at Division II and the final standings that came out this week by the league office in East Lansing. Stick. I mean, how great. I mean, both coaches, outstanding pride about the city of Birmingham having 2 teams ranked in Division II in the state in the final poll. How cool is that?
It's amazing, honestly. And we were talking to both coaches about that, just the competition in the area, too, and, how kids have the option to go to different schools. And for these two schools to put these products on the field, and not only this year, it's pretty much year in and year out that they're competing and making it through the playoffs in some capacity. So there's just a wealth of talent in this area, and both schools have to be very proud.
No doubt. If your company wants to make the turn to the next level, make sure you contact Make the Turn, an award-winning digital marketing firm based right here in Metro Detroit. Founded by Mike Sullivan and Kyle Bogey in 2019, they've quickly grown to a full team of professionals who create custom marketing solutions to help your business grow. Maybe you've got a great marketing department and you want to get 10% better. Or maybe you're a business owner who wants to get a marketing director without the full-time salary. It's worth visiting MakeTheTurn.com. Meanwhile, Seaholm on the move inside the 5. That's Lewis on the run. But go visit our friends at MakeTheTurn.com and check out all the great examples and reviews. They can help with content creation, digital advertising, or even just optimize your social media and web presence. Visit MakeTheTurn.com to schedule a free consultation and see how they can help your company make the turn to the next level. We'll visit with one of the founders, Kyle Bogey, at halftime. He's in the booth tonight. We're in that red run coat with pride. Yeah, brother. I like that. 11 and a half left. Seaholm knocking on the door. First and goal from the 4. Kinney into the end zone. Touchdown, Birmingham. Seaholm Maples. 4-yard touchdown run for Kinney. It's his 11th rushing touchdown of the year, and the Maples have a 2-score touchdown 51 seconds into the second quarter.
Yeah, it's almost too easy for Seaholm right now. I mean, you're watching this play unfold, and you just see the entire line for Groves collapse down on the center. The quarterback just able to keep the ball. Watch everybody crash down right now. 4 players bought the fake, and that leaves the quarterback one-on-one on the edge. Easy touchdown for Seaholm. It's been a pretty easy 2 possessions with them, and now they're up, 12 minutes to 1 minute in possession time, too?
Yep.
Dominating.
Billings with the extra point. Up and good, thanks to the snap from Baldner and the hold from Sullivan.
Not Mike Sullivan.
Not Mike Sullivan. No, he is not holding. He's in Florida somewhere. He's holding something, perhaps, but not a football. 14-0, 11-19 to go. He's holding a nice cold drink. He's in Florida. It's hot out. He's parched. That drive was a 5-minute, 11-second drive. It was also 9 plays. It was also 60-something yards. 14-0, Kinney with a touchdown, his 10th rushing touchdown of the year. 14-0 home team.
And this is exactly how Seaholm is built. They're a team that can play from ahead. That's their strength. They have these long, methodical drives, and it really hurts the opponent. But on the other side, this is also what Groves is built for. They're a quick strike offense. They can get 14 points on you in a hurry. So I don't think they're over there hanging their heads thinking they're out of this game by any stretch.
No doubt. It's a Groves offense under the coordination of Matt Turner. It's a Groves offense that was held to a season-low 14 points last week. I mean, Stick, this is a team that has put up points this year against some solid opponents. And, look, I mean, they have at least the components of big strikeability. Now, some of that is their play action and the surprise ability of that offense.
Yeah, and they didn't use the play action a lot on that first drive, so I would expect to see that coming out here. Maybe first play right off the bat, see if they could take a shot and get some momentum back on their side.
Billings to boot it. It's a firm leg for the soccer player. Also plays soccer. Down to the 4-yard line. Taken by Little. Little up the right sideline. Watch out. He stepped out of bounds at the 30-yard line. It could have been a bigger play. This is the young man that had the 52-yard touchdown reception in the opening drive for Groves last week in their season-ending loss to Seaholm. Here's another look at this return.
Yeah, you could see his speed and footwork. He almost break this. If the field's maybe a half-yard wider, he's able to get by, but steps out of bounds right in front of the official.
So then, a big drive for Groves. This will be their 3rd drive of the ball game. or their second. Boy, it feels like
that's what Seaholm will do to you. You know, imagine how they're feeling on the sideline right now.
time of possession dominated right now by Seaholm. 10 minutes to 2 minutes. And
hand off to Campoy Lavasco.
This is Campoy Lavasco with the run. Kinney with a tackle. Again, it's a Groves run game that wants to try that right side. They've got the number 2 rated player in the junior class in the state of Michigan, and he needs a little help, but I mean, that's a guy you want to get behind on the right tackle.
I would be running behind him almost every single play. He is a monster. His arms are the size of my legs.
Yes. Left side, head down, barreling forward for a first down. Ball is loose. Seaholm says they have it, and they do. Football recovered by number 15, Nathan Walsh, the junior defensive back. And things get worse for Groves here after they get a first down.
And you know what? This is all effort, too. The Groves player, you thought he was down initially. He's given everything he has. And you even see Avery Gatch here come on in at the end of the play. See him lead blocking there. He comes back and tries to help out. And I'm not sure what happens right there when he came back to help out. The ball pops out. So I'm not sure if that was some friendly fire or what's going on. But either way, it's 1st and 10 for Seaholm. And Groves has not shown that they can stop him.
No, Mario Campoy Lavasco lost it. And Seaholm has it in plus territory. Colton Kinney to throw it. Middle. Got a man. Caught inside the 10. 5. Touchdown Maples. Louis Sullivan with his second score of the night. On a strike from 43 yards from Kinney. And the Maples are pouring some sweet syrup tonight at home.
Well, you know, like I was saying, Groves should have done something, a big play to try to get that momentum back. Look what Seaholm does when they get a turnover. They go for the big strike right off the bat. 2 Groves players slam into each other. And next thing you know, you're in the end zone and you get to do the pose. What a great throw. What a great play call. Because you know Groves got to sell out to attack that run right now, too.
The quick strike, well blocked for not passing a lot. I mean, that was well protected. And Seaholm laying it on. Baldner to snap it, Sullivan to hold it, and Billings to kick it. And it's 21-0 Seaholm on a quick change of possession strike. Sullivan's second of the game. He had 2 coming in. All he does is score touchdowns. He's like Chris Carter. 4 catches on the year, 4 touchdowns for Louis Sullivan. And how about Colton Kinney's numbers, Stick? Those are solid as well.
Yeah, 2 for 2 for 2 touchdowns. Pretty good percentage, if you're asking me. 58 yards, too. 43 on the long right there. Look at that pose. Just stand there and stare at the student section. This student section in all black is going wild.
Just a one-play drive, of course. 43 yards. You see the Maples showing out in the dark, and then across the way, Groves in the white. Some scores from around the state. UAD, who gave Seaholm the only loss this year in week 2 with a 12-0 lead over Warren Mott. Chippewa Valley with a 14-7 lead over their MAC Red rival Stevenson. West Bloomfield and Adams are going at it. The winner gets the winner of Utica Eisenhower and Utica. West Bloomfield with a 14-7 lead. No score. Martin Luther King made it in the playoffs to try to get a three-peat, but they're going to have to travel up to Port Huron. Just 3 wins on the year for King. They get in with a competitive schedule. Thank you for that, Jam Jam. Jamie Janssen, Pat Bush on stats tonight. Don't forget we'll have Kyle Bogey at halftime at Make the Turn Digital. Billings to boot it. 21-0 Seaholm. Little to take it at the 1. And he's flung out of bounds at the 24-yard line. And strung out of bounds by number 10, Brogan Schlesner, along with Alejandro Routh. Look, You're Matt Turner, you're the offensive coordinator. You're down 3 scores with 10-11 to go in the second. What in the world do you dial up here? What do you have to do?
You know, with 10 minutes left in the second quarter, you don't want to get too out of pocket and turn your team into something they haven't been all season long. So you still kind of want to stay with what you're good at, but maybe focus more on a few big hitter plays if you can. But I don't know. Everything seems to be going Seaholm's way right now, and you know these Seaholm kids, they are not going to pull off either.
No doubt. Hardy, the 3-year starter, will hand off. And stuffed up front. It's a stout defensive front. Leading the way is Brock Hartwig. Very physical linebacker. They love the way he plays in the middle. No gain on the play.
Yeah, you wonder if they're ever going to get to a point, too, where maybe you start to add a little tempo to your offense, maybe go to a no-huddle kind of, 2-minute offense. Just try to find some rhythm right now if you're Groves. Because, honestly, they've only had the ball for 3 minutes. It's tough to get into any rhythm.
No doubt. Campoy Lavasco, the tailback. Play action Hardy. Has time, has space, has a man caught. Gain of about 4. It's the catch by Campoy Lavasco. Short gain. It's actually Woods with a catch, number 8. Noah Woods. Short gain on the play, second and mid.
Yeah, and there you saw that play action, and it was an interesting play action. He turned to the left or turned to the right play action, then he turned back to the left for the rollout. I thought it was great coverage down the field by Seaholm. Really no options, and they got the most out of this play that they can. You see the play action to the left, and then all of a sudden rollout.
Omari Harrison is slow to get up and hobbling off the field. He's the starting left tackle. He's the opposite tackle of Avery Gatch on the right side. And he's going to limp off. Timeout on the field. It sets up a 3rd and 4 for Groves. I mean, dare I say, 4-down territory?
I think it's a little too early in the game to do that. I mean, it's kind of what happened to the Lions, last time they were playing against the Ravens. Things just kind of unraveled early, and then they start doing some things that are uncharacteristic. You start gambling too early. Next thing you know, you're putting yourself way out of the game. With the quick score offense that Groves has, I feel they're still okay.
Hardy under center, motion left to right. That's Dominic Taylor. Handoff up the middle, first down by about a yard. And a fine, tough carry. Again, it's that lead back, Mario Campoy Lavasco, number 6, carrying the load. He's a powerful runner.
Yeah, you saw him line up in the I formation right there, just kind of using that size like, all right, enough of this. We got the second best player in the state with Gash. Let's just run it behind him and get this first down. And maybe just do that for the next 10 plays.
Yep.
Look at this beautiful facility they have here. The upper deck there with the basketball.
That's the place to be, the railing.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the Schwarzenegger up there with a wave. He's not going to miss a shot. Hardy back to pass, looking deep. Got a man. It's Little behind the defense, and it's knocked away at the 30-yard line. Oh, a fine defensive play by number 11. That's Jack Lewis. A bit underthrown stick, but they had him beat.
Yeah, you just took the words out of my mouth. Little had him beat. Had that ball either not had as much air underneath it or just a little more distance to it. That's an easy touchdown. And they didn't even do the play action here. That's just a straight drop back. And if you're Groves, you saw it. It can work. Go back to that.
Yeah, plenty of time. Well protected. 2nd and 10 from the 35. And what feels like a must-score game for Groves, they want to stick around. Over 3,000 fans on hand here in Birmingham. Hardy, handoff right side. In trouble is Sanders, and down he goes. Just got back to the line of scrimmage. Sean Emerson with the first hit.
Yeah, you see Sanders here. He has an option to take it outside, but elects to go back inside, and that ended up being a bad decision. Man, Groves is playing with some tenacity right now.
Yeah, you said it.
Seaholm, my bad.
I know what you meant. Hardy, who's been quiet, will send his brother, Nick Hardy, far left, trips left. Campoy Lavasco to the right. Has time. Hardy throws it up. Looking for his brother. Incomplete. Well defended again. Nathan Walsh this time. Sort of aired it up. Tried to get his brother to come down, but not enough for Nick Hardy to snatch it.
A great push up front by the Seaholm defensive line kind of caused that pass to be way up in the air. You see number 58 push it through, and you see big number 4 getting his hands up right there. And the ball was just hanging in the air a little bit too long. But good job by the Seaholm defender, too. Number 15, Nathan Walsh, for getting over there and not committing pass interference, because that ball was hanging up there.
Yes, sir. 4th down, punting time. The punter is the running back, Mario Campoy Lavasco. And we've got a flag and a pre-snap timeout. Groves is going to think about it. Timeout for Groves. They're second of the half with 7:51 to go. In the first half, it's been dominated by Seaholm. First round of the playoffs. It's the 6th meeting between these two teams. But look, Groves is in the higher division in the OAA. They're out of the white. Seaholm out of the blue. Seaholm's won the blue. And these two rivals, I mean, this is just something that goes back such a long time, Stick. They played every year since the two schools have combined. 69th meeting all time, or since the two schools have been in Birmingham, rather. There's Jim DeWald.
One of the better coach interviews we've had all season long, and we've had some great ones with some fiery coaches.
22nd year coaching football. Former player at Western Michigan in college, was a GA there. Assistant coach at Pontiac Northern, assistant coach at Berkeley, was the head coach at Andover High School. But he's been here as the head coach since 2012. 3-time regional coach of the year. Had his team to the semifinals, the Final Four, back in 2019. Both these schools have had their teams. Groves was in the semis in 2018. Let's get a look at Jim DeWald and his profile. Campo Lavasco to boot it, hits at the 40, and that's going to roll back. And that is going to go to be a favorable roll for Seaholm.
There's a flag on the play. Most likely a holding call, so that's going to bring it back a little bit. And what a beautiful evening. Got a full moon up there.
Oh, yeah, look at that moon.
Yeah, see Chris Armani Rose when Kara's on with the nice frame. You got the full moon in the back. You got the facilities in the back. Just a great night.
It's a good look.
Illegal block below the waist.
That'll offset the short punt by Groves.
It helps. So now if you're Seaholm, I mean, you're just business as usual. There you get a nice look at the entire field. Sodding out the new baseball field over there, too.
Yeah.
A lot of beautiful things happening here athletically.
Baseball, a big theme for Seaholm. They have a few guys that are Division I prospects. Kyle Robbins is a Eastern Michigan baseball commit. Jack Lewis is a baseballer. Of course, Grandin and Colton Kinney are also baseballers. Colton will keep it here and gets a good 3.5, 4 yards before he's knocked down. And tackled by number 11, Ivan Bilou.
Yeah, you feel like if you're Groves, you need a negative play right now. You need something to happen because these 3-yard chunks, 4-yard chunks, yeah, they're not much, but it's just like taking body blows an entire boxing match. Eventually, it's just going to wear you down. So they need a big, a spark, something to get them some energy.
Yeah, we'll see if it comes here. Second and mid. Seaholm has just willed their way down, nearing 200 yards in offense already. Kinney keeps it, barrels his way, has a first down before Gatch stops him across midfield at the 46-yard line. Can't say enough about Kinney. He's now gone over 60 yards of rushing on 7 carries.
And he got up with some attitude after that because Gatch came in and pushed him about 7 yards back. But that's only after he got the first down. Look at running over the first tackler, Teddy Abbott right there, and just getting those extra yards for the first down. tough, physical kid.
It's the 10th first down of the game for Seaholm. Groves has just one. Colton Kinney, smart quarterback, making the reads in that veer triple option stick. I mean, smarts is a big part of it, and having a feel. You got a smart guy like that and a 3-year starter and a film junkie, and he's big, athletic, and can run.
It's a coach's dream.
Really is. $8:16 to go until halftime. 21, blackjack for the Maples of Seaholm.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McKinley scores!
Welcome back. Chad and Stick with you. Seaholm football, 1st and 10. 123 yards in rushing. They're looking to add to that here with a pitch left side. Jack Lewis to the end zone. Touchdown, Seaholm. There is a flag down. And we'll see what the flag's all about.
It looks like it's going to be on Groves. A little bit of frustration taken out on the quarterback on that play. And it may have been a late hit personal foul.
Yep. If it does stand, it's a 46-yard touchdown run, and here's another look at it.
See, after the pitch,
Yeah.
25 just drives the quarterback into the ground. And like I said, that's just frustration creeping over. And Jack Lewis is the beneficiary of some over pursuit and just a great, great touchdown run by this kid. Look at, he gets to the edge and not even touched.
Well blocked it again, the decision to pitch it. And Seaholm really pouring on.
The Groves penalty for a personal foul will be
It is a
accepted.
Groves personal foul, as Stick said. Lewis has been the big play guy. 16 yards a carry. He's in the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the year. Extra point is up and good, and the kids will fight over that thing. Billings knocks it through, and Wesley's made it a clean 4-touchdown lead for Seaholm, looking to lay it on their rival. Here's another look.
And we talked about it all game long, just being able to read the defender. And you saw 44 trying to maintain the edge, but the pitch was just on time, in stride, and that gives your running back an opportunity to make a big play, which he did. And I love the scene that's going on at the hill behind the end zone there, too. You see the student section on screen now. But that hill is a lot of fun. Like you said, kids up there, families.
Brings back good memories, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Playing on a hill.
Oh, that's what it was all about, playing underneath the bleachers.
Yeah.
Like, that was the big football game when you were 8.
Sure.
The real game didn't matter. It was playing with your friends.
It was a 3-play, 51-yard drive. Took 93 seconds. Lewis, 46-yard touchdown run, his 3rd of the year. Extra point Billings is good. In today's ever-changing real estate and mortgage lending world, the importance of a true professional has never been higher. At Success Mortgage Partners, our mission is for every borrower to receive level 10 service, and our goal is to get you the lowest rate possible. We want you to have an experience of a lifetime navigating a turbulent market like this. It needs to be handled by a real professional. Call Todd Barr at 734-674-6154 and put 20 years of local knowledge to use for you and your family. Chad Bush, Sam Stick Day, Kara Wolfbauer on the sidelines, Alex Westfall, your executive producer. Don't go anywhere. Kyle Bogey is along at halftime. We'll talk to Kyle. And who knows what might fall out in this Gridiron Game Day edition with our friends on NFHS Network. Billings to boot it, and this one is amongst the grade schoolers in Birmingham. And a young fan from Berkshire Elementary School will take that one home.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, that's what high school football is all about right there.
Yeah.
We just talk about how great the community is here in Birmingham and, you know, how both these schools represent the city well. And there's the ball boy hey, I'm in there. I'm taking this.
Oh, look at that. That's a no-fun sideline for Seaholm. They're not messing.
Well, it's no fun right now for the Groves fans either, standing there and they're all white. They look great. They came out in droves. But, man, they really haven't had a ton to get excited about. And I'm actually shocked by that because pregame, it looked like Groves was locked in. And it looked like Seaholm was kind of just walking around.
You just never know. Hardy throws left side. It's Little. It's a first down and more.
But there, you finally see it, a new wrinkle, the spread offense. They had 5 wide receivers there. Use your supreme athleticism. That's why you have these guys on your team. That's the major difference between you and Seaholm. So I'm shocked they didn't go to that spread a lot earlier.
It's Chris Little's first touch tonight, their most electric playmaker. And it's just the third completion of the night for Groves. 3 of 5 is Hardy for 19 yards. Here's a throw right side. That's his brother. And that is a gain of 8 and a healthy gain. Move the ball up and pitch and catch right now.
And here they go with tempo, too. They're running a no-huddle offense, spread offense, and I like this coaching decision.
Nick Hardy on the reception. They'll go back to Nick Hardy, and the curl route incomplete, but we got PI coming up, perhaps. Jim DeWald is clapping, and so I don't know where this call's going, but.
Well, it wasn't where the pass was because he threw that flag darn near the center of the field, so I'm assuming it had nothing to do with the pass. So it could be a defensive holding, could be an offensive illegal man downfield. We'll find out.
We shall.
Looks like they're trying to figure it out.
Another look at what this could have been.
Look for something over the middle.
Looked like there was.
Yeah, because he wasn't even looking at the play.
I don't know. I thought it was a late PI call, to be honest. We'll see what the
ineligible downfield.
Okay. So that'll move Groves back in a 2nd and 2.
Yeah, because normally the official, wherever the penalty is, they'll throw the flag to where the penalty is as almost a marker to where they need to mark it off at. And that guy chucked it darn near to midfield.
Sign him up.
Yeah, he's got a good arm.
You've got a good arm. I've seen you.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, we got to get a football out here.
Oh, yeah. I can still throw a football pretty far.
Yeah.
Space Dogs lost in the softball playoffs.
I'm sorry to hear
on
that.
Tuesday, yeah.
They got you in right field?
No.
Okay.
I play first base.
Okay.
Because if you miss me and I'm 6'4" with a 6'8" wingspan at first base, it was not a good throw.
They're using your assets wisely.
Yes.
Trips. Throw left side. Little caught again. Watch out. He's loose. Midfield. Across the 40 and flung out of bounds. Finally. Tackle made by number 5. That's Brock Hartwood, but not before a little bit of momentum by Groves.
And I like a little bit of trash talking, too, by Chris Little there. And then you see a Seaholm player come back in and give it back to him. But, oof, man, a big whiff by number 15, Nathan Walsh. He's played a great game so far, but that was a big missed tackle.
It's a pickup of 28 yards on the play. Chris Little. So Little has got some touches on this drive. Pressure. Hardy's going to run. He can do this. Outside, inside, back outside. The numbers of the 30. Down to the 15 and out of bounds. So Groves getting on the giddy up. Here come the Falcons with 5:18 to go.
And this is what we were talking about earlier in the half. They're a quick score team. They have the athleticism. I mean, they can out-athlete Seaholm. But what they were trying to do is beat them right up the middle. And watch this cutback here. In, out, back, out, and then two guys run into each other, knock each other down. That is great athleticism, and They should have been doing this since the jump, spreading the field, letting their athletes work in space.
Let me ask you, though, how much of it has to do with the way that Seaholm is now changing defensively? Has there been anything that's changed?
I don't think so, because Seaholm, as you know, they're not gonna take any plays off.
That's right. Handoff left side. Mario down at the 2. It's a healthy gain of 9. It'll be second down. He can get a first down without getting in the end zone.
Can't do it without a shoe, though.
No, he'll have to go get that. Look at that slide.
Yeah.
He must play baseball.
Yeah, Kyle Robbins with a nice tackle from the safety position, too, coming up there to prevent the touchdown because he was alone one-on-one with you in the end zone, and it was only Kyle in the way.
Mario Campoy Lavasco. Groves and a 2nd and 2. Handoff. Sanders, middle, end zone. Touchdown, Groves. Noah Sanders with a touchdown from 3 yards out. And Groves with an efficient drive down the field.
And there you go. You see the Groves fans having something to cheer about and getting into it because they came prepared to party today. But Groves needs to give them a little bit more to cheer about. But here is the beginning of it. You spread the offense, and then you put it in the Big Nasty's hands once you get close to the goal line and let young Sanders get into the end zone.
It'll be little to hold. And Gage Waters to attempt the extra point attempt. To try to make this a clean 3-touchdown lead for Seaholm. Snap, kick, hold, and that one is off the facing of the deck. That means it's good. 28-7. Groves gets on the board.
Score now Seaholm 28.
Here comes Seaholm, but first here's another look at the touchdown run. Well blocked.
Yeah, well blocked. You see the big fellas getting up front. You see number 72 pulling there, and he's kind of the guy you want to get behind. Andriano Matea, big fella. Man, they got some meat up front for Groves.
They do.
And, if you're Groves, you're feeling a little bit better now. Listen, you're not exactly 100% back in this ball game, but now one more possession, one more score, take it to a 2-score ball game, then anything can happen from there. So you're on your way.
It was a 6-play drive. It took 92 seconds only. It went 80 yards. And in the end zone is Noah Sanders from 3 yards out. Extra point up and good from Gage Waters. Divine Child leads Redford Union 19-6. Lake Orion all over Oxford 41-14. Paw Paw with a 9-7 lead over Edwardsburg. Grosse Pointe South 21-0 over L'Anse Creuse. Zeeland West with a 20-6 lead over their rival Zeeland East. Hey, this isn't the only battle of 2 schools, but it does beg the question, are there 2 schools better in football this year than Seaholm and Groves
for their city?
For their city.
Off the top of my head, I can't think of one.
2 teams ranked in the top 10 in Division II. I mean, impressive.
Yeah, that's why it's almost a shame for them to meet up in the first round.
Big time.
Come on
now.
Like you're kind of putting the cart before the horse when it comes to this. There are other matchups that both these teams could have easily advanced to the second round and build up to a bigger matchup for these 2 predominant schools.
Yeah.
MHSAA, they get it right 99% of the time, but there's always some weird things that can happen.
Yeah. You wouldn't like to see these teams, as a fan of Birmingham, or meet up in the first round. But Jim DeWald said, look, we knew that if we got to the goals and accomplished the ones that we wanted, we were going to have to face Seaholm or Groves in the first or second round.
Yeah, so, and I like what the Seaholm coach said, too. He just said, hey, we got to rip the Band-Aid off. That's what you're playing them, you rip the Band-Aid off. You get through your toughest matchup early. But, yeah, if you're a Birmingham resident, you got to be very proud of the way both these organizations handle themselves.
Want to thank Shields Pizza, established in 1946. Bless you twice. Located in Troy, Detroit, and Southfield.
Mm-hmm.
We had some delicious pizza. It's Michigan's best pizza, voted on by the Detroit News. Also one of the top 25 independents in the country by Pizza Today. Go find them in Troy, Detroit, Southfield. Shields Pizza, restaurant, bar, and pizzeria, established in 1946. And we had some delicious pizza. We had some wings.
I'll put their sauce up against anybody.
Yeah, it's special.
I love that sauce.
Yeah. special sauce. There is a special to that sauce. Kinney, carry, middle, yards. Has about 14 up the gut. Colton Kinney before Gatch spills him at the 39-yard line. That's called a gain of 10. Move the chains.
Yeah, and it's just really tough right now on the Groves defense. You see number 44 for Groves here on the edge. Last time he tried to take the quarterback and they pitched right around him. This time he takes the pitch man and the quarterback cuts right up the middle. It's just tough to defend against.
227 yards of total offense. Doubling up Groves in this game, even with their significant series last time out. Time of possession dominated as well by Seaholm, 12 minutes to 7. Up the middle again, this is his twin brother. This is Grandin Kinney. And Grandin has about 8 yards.
And it's a big drive for Seaholm, too, because if they gave this ball back right away to Groves and Groves was able to put points on the board, it's a whole different conversation at halftime.
The Kinneys also have a brother named Gray that was a standout at Seaholm, and he is an assistant on the offense. I believe he's assistant coordinator. We got a late substitution coming off the field, and it's a significant one. Luke Thurswell, who is the left guard and defensive end, is going to check out holding that left elbow or arm.
Yeah, he was just telling his coach that he kind of hyperextended it when he was laying on the ground. Someone fell on it. He'll be all right. He's a tough kid. He'll be back, but he had an offsides there by Groves and a first down.
Just one penalty tonight for Seaholm, 3 for Groves. 3:20 to go. Seaholm by 3 touchdowns. Kinney keeps it. Middle. Breaks another tackle. Count him up. 3 on his way to the 17. Gain of 9. Just short of that first down. Colton Kinney on the move. He's got 75 yards on the ground.
And he is just so tough to break down. There's one initial contact, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders it took to bring him down.
Paul Hubbard finally got him down. There is an injured player. It looks like Ivan Ballou, who has had a solid night for Groves. Ballou is one of their leaders on defense at that outside linebacker spot. Where's number 11?
See Ballou getting up.
Ah, yes, the Maples, 8-3 a year ago, already have matched that win total this year. Jim DeWald, the head coach in his 12th year, the pride of Western Michigan. They pulled him all the way from Southern California, where he went to high school, and recruited him to come out after a couple years at junior college, and he's never left Michigan. Loves Birmingham and Metro Detroit. Troy Hairston is in the bigs. He's from Seaholm. He's with the Houston Texans. They put the fella on injured reserve before the end of the year, before the start of the year. And Tim Allen, he's an actor. He went to Seaholm as well.
Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
Home Improvement.
That's right. Buzz Lightyear.
You gotta love Tim Allen.
Oh, yeah. Bruno loves Buzz Lightyear.
Last Man Standing. I think that was his last show.
Yeah, it might have been. He's done well. Under 3 to go. Kinney keeps it right edge, and he's going to fight near the first down marker, and a late flag is in. And we'll have to see what this is all about. The helmet has come off for Kinney, who's nodding that head and yapping a little. We'll see what this is all about.
Yeah, well, you can see Groves getting frustrated, and especially with a guy like this. Look, he's taking on another 5 guys to pick up the first down. You may get a little late hit action or something going on in that pile that we couldn't see.
It's a face mask, yeah. We couldn't see it. But now it's apparent. And Seaholm going in for the haymaker.
Yeah, this is a huge drive for them, like we said, responding to that touchdown by Groves. Because if you come out, you do a 3-and-out, punt the ball, Groves gets the ball back with like 5 minutes left in the half. You know, they have every bit of talent to put some points on the board and get it to a 2-score game. This, either way, at this point, has been a long, methodical, tough drive, showing that they're not going anywhere.
Handoff is to Jack Lewis, who's been all over the big plays today. Lewis, the number 2 rusher today. He has 64 yards, including that 46-yard touchdown run.
Just another fun wrinkle to that Veer offense. You put the guy in motion and you pitch it to him on the sweep. No fakes on that play, just a straight-up toss sweep.
Carter Lockheed with a tackle. 2 minutes left. Don't forget Kyle Bogey of Make the Turn Digital, co-founder, will join us at halftime. We appreciate all the great partnerships we've had all season, and Make the Turn the finest we've had in this new season. Kinney keeps it off right guard, stretches, and is into the end zone. Touchdown, Birmingham, Seaholm Maples.
Let them know they're just a little too small today to keep them from getting in the end zone. And also got to give a big shout out to number 34, Grandin Kinney, on that play. He sealed his block like nobody else, pancaked his man into the turf. You're going to see 34 come around here, boom, and then just drive him back to the 10-yard line.
Wonder Twin powers activated again.
Yeah, you see it right there, just driving number 22 into the ground. And like I said, that's so frustrating. Look at the kids ready to catch the ball.
5-yard touchdown run. Billings' boot is up and good. 35-7. All Seaholm in the first half. Maples looking for the sweep, trying to get Groves back for what they did last year with a clean sweep. Here's a look at that touchdown and the block by his twin. All Maples in Birmingham tonight.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure, steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown, Warriors! What a cut. Chad and Stick back with you. Kara Wolfbauer, our sideline analyst. She'll have Jim DeWald at halftime. Want to thank all the food today. We appreciate Shields. We also appreciate Papa Romano's. Oh, double the pleasure, double the fun tonight. All the calories. Papa Romano's. I'll tell you what, they're competing. The 2 dishes, the Zaz, Shields, Papa Romano's. Papa Romano's brought it strong tonight. The Meat Lovers special was just savory, wonderful. Pepperoni and cheese, delicious, and even the cheese hit just right. Papa Romano's in Birmingham. Go get them after the ball game. Special thanks to keeping this crew fed. It's not easy. All 14 of these savages, all are hungry. And where's Ace when you need him? Run right side, Little out of bounds at the 27. Shrugged out. And tackled by Penn Roberts, the junior. Special teams ace. Little was big on the previous drive, making key plays. Is this a recipe where you just want to feed 21?
Well, if you're Groves, you got to feel that you found something last drive, right? You spread the field out, you got down the field, up and down as fast as you could. I mean, then you ended up with some big runs right up the middle once you got close to the goal line. So I would anticipate them coming back out, you know, spread offense, no huddle, get guys in space and let them work. And look, you got 4 wide at the top right now. Well, here comes Little to the bottom of the screen.
Watch the guy at the top of the screen. That is Nick Hardy, 19. His brother's at quarterback. Caden Hardy looking right, and there he is. Found his brother at the 49. It's a catch for a first down. Clock stops with $1:22 to go.
And there you go, just letting your athletes be athletes. That wasn't really a drawn-up play. It was a scramble play, but, you know, when your brother's like that, you have that connection.
It's a gain of 23 yards. Hardy's going back for his brother, and incomplete inside the 10, and PI coming up, and Hardy with his head down. It was Sean Emerson in coverage with his hands on hips and head.
Yeah, we're going to have to look at that again to see if it was pass interference. I thought that was a great defensive play, and he did a good job holding back before slamming into the wide receiver. But the official felt otherwise, and the officials have done a darn good job tonight, so I'm really not going to question them. But on my first look at it, it did not seem like pass interference. Here's a good look at it.
Mistimed the jump a bit. We'll see another look here, Stick, from the backside.
Yeah, and that's the view that the official saw, too. You know, sometimes what we see from our view is not the same. It did look like he got a hand on him early, but I don't know if that hand disrupted the wide receiver at all. That's tough.
Yep. 1st and 10 from the 36. Back to Chris Little. Little has the catch and a little gymnastics at the end to the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 20 on the play. Move the chains, and here comes Groves. Not lying down, not ready to go home without a fight. Hardy looking, end zone, Little again, caught, touchdown! Oh my! Little with a one-arm grab. Chris Little, touchdown Groves, just like that.
And there he is trying to shush the crowd, saying, hey, I know you're 35-13, right? Oh, they're saying incomplete.
Oh, wow, okay.
The secondary official came in and waved that off. Little does not believe it. He's talking to the official right now. Luckily, we're going to get a good look at it. Here you go. Here's another good look at it. Nice pass. That is a tough incomplete pass. And you can hear the fans booing because they're seeing the prep replay on the big scoreboard. He was clearly in bounds.
No replay, of course, in high school. Man, I don't know how you don't give it that.
Those fans over there are going nuts.
So wipe that touchdown off the board. 35-7 still. Hardy with time, looking end zone, got a man, incomplete. He was looking in the end zone for Noah Sanders. In coverage was Lewis.
I mean, I know we're watching a 35-7 ball game right now, but it does not feel like it. These boys are playing, they're talking trash to each other, they're slamming each other into the ground and pancaking blocks. Still a tough instant replay on that. You can hear the fans over there talking to the official.
3rd and 10 in what definitely feels like 4-down territory. Hardy, draw, right side, and needed 10, and he's not going to get 10. He got 1. Timeout Groves with 43 seconds left. Head coach Brendan Flaherty on the field across the way.
I mean, needless to say, going into halftime, these coaches got a lot to talk to their teams about. If you're Seaholm, you're letting them know, hey, this game is not over. And if you're Groves, you got to let them know, hey, we found something.
So a timeout, yeah, I mean, Groves has found something. There's been some areas, some seams, and it does beg the question, why not open it up earlier? But that said, they've made progress, and now Seaholm might have to adjust a little bit defensively. That said, they're up by 4 scores. You got a lot of time to talk that thing over. This is the very talented defensive coordinator, Spencer Adams, in his 5th year, giving instructions to that Maple defense. Jim DeWald gives a lot of credit to him for this 4-3 defense. Their cover 4 base, and really happy with Spencer Adams, and says he's one of the most talented coaches he's been around. And it's been a fine defense for Seaholm, holding Groves to a season low 14 points last week.
And they're on pace to do it again here this week.
4th and 9, Groves going for it in the final 43 seconds of the opening half. Round 1 of the playoffs. Caden Hardy all day. Pocket breaks down. In trouble. Airs it up. Caught. Touchdown. All alone. It's his brother. Into the end zone is Nick Hardy. Touchdown Falcons.
50-yard pass from Caden Hardy to Nick Hardy.
Falling down in the grasp. And Hardy comes out and finds his bro for 6.
You know, traditionally when you're talking about a Hail Mary, you're talking about a 50-yard throw, a bomb at the end of the game. This is a Hail Mary because this play's over. It's dead. And he's just, you know what, I'm going to throw it up, sees his brother, and brother to brother right there, wide open in the end zone for the touchdown. You just see nothing but hands on the heads for the Seaholm kids right now.
Hanging on by a thread. Grove's not ready to go home just yet. Little to hold it. And Gage Waters to kick it, and it is good. So, with 32 ticks left until halftime. How about it? It's been a half that has seen 49 points. And here's another look at this tremendous effort by Caden Hardy.
You know, I've been saying all game long just how frustrating it has to be for Groves to try to play defense. And right there, Seaholm's got to be super frustrated. They forced exactly what they wanted. You have the quarterback literally running the opposite way, and he turns around and just throws a touchdown pass.
And how about Nick Hardy, his brother, who didn't give up on the play?
Yeah, and he had a couple big catches, too. It seems like whenever Groves gets in trouble and they're scrambling, the Hardy boys are going to try to hook up because they know exactly what each other are thinking in those moments. A lot of backyard football played to create something like that.
It's a 6-play drive, 75 yards, 1 minute, 7 seconds. And it's a Caden Hardy touchdown pass to Nick Hardy, the senior to the junior, 15 yards at the 32-second mark. Some scores to update you on. The battle for Novi. Detroit Catholic Central 28, Novi 9. That's at Novi. Detroit Southeastern 14, Detroit Denby 12. Cass Tech 21, John Glenn nothing. That's Westland John Glenn. The kickoff to Emerson at the 25, and he'll be bottled up with 25 seconds left. Well covered and tackled by number 25, and that is Carter. Carter Lockheed with a tackle. So, Seaholm with 24 seconds left. A couple other scores to get to you real quick. Clarkston 20, Romeo 3. That's at halftime. The OAA's best going against, OAA against MAC. Nobody is best in their league in that one. Adams trails West Bloomfield 21-7. Ike Eisenhower of Utica 21-0 leaders over Utica. Jimmy McGuire with a pick. And that will be the final play of the first half. Seaholm says, thank you very much. We'll take our 21-point lead to the break.
You know what? It's interesting, though. They're up by 21 going in the break, but look at them. They don't look happy. They don't look happy. They look like they want to be up a lot more.
Just enough to give Jim DeWald a little bit of anxiety and also a little bit of talking points with his players and coaches, right?
Yeah, definitely. That is not going to be a, hey, we're up 35-7. That is going to be like, guys, we let them back in the game. We've opened the door. You got to come back out here in the second half and shut it.
Let's go down to Kara Wolfbauer, who's standing by with head coach for Seaholm, Jim DeWald. Kara, take it away.
Kara Wolfbauer here with Coach Jim DeWald. Coach, just give us your thoughts on the first half so far.
Well, I think offensively we've done a really good job moving the ball up and down the field. Defensively, we've got to shore up some of the stuff in the back end of our pass cover stuff. You know, we had a quarterback on the run and got out of coverage, and that last touchdown stung a little bit.
But your passes and pitches tonight have been, honestly, from a reporter side, impeccable. They've been fantastic. So tell me more about the practice of that so far this week.
That's what we do every day. I mean, these kids, they pitch that ball every day, 30,000 times a day. So that's what they do. It's who they are, what they do, how they live.
Yes, always a pleasure watching you guys, Coach. Good luck going into the second half. Chad, guys in the booth, let's hear it from you.
Thank you very much, Kara. Appreciate that. Great work all night. At the half, Seaholm 35, Groves 14. The co-founder of Make the Turn Digital, Kyle Bogey, is in the house. The warm-up swing is underway. We're back to Seaholm with analysis and much, much more right after this. 35-14 Seaholm over their rival Groves.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
As the voice of Michigan's student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports should be played.
We are responsible for helping the mhsaa maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe that athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe that students in the stands should have fun,
but not take away the focus from the game.
We believe coaches should act like teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and support their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
Be the best version of yourself. Be bold. Be brilliant. Be Birmingham.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
(35-14) at the half. Gridiron Game Day, the prep production. Thanks to our friends at NFHS for having us. Thanks to Make the Turn Digital. We're with the co-founder, Kyle Bogenschutz. Kyle, what an exciting night of football. 2 rivals getting together. This is a marketing guy's dream, having a matchup like this. 4,000 fans.
Right.
Hey, thanks for all your work all season long at Make the Turn Digital. You guys are doing some amazing things. Got in the game in 2019, and it's just been an acceleration upward in so many different areas.
Tell us about the company and tell us how things are going as of date.
Right. Well, first of all, it's good to be back at a high school football game, particularly in the playoffs. I mean, this is a real throwback for me. My first job, I was obviously in broadcasting for a long time, so I was covering high school football, basketball, all that all over the country. So it's nice to be back where all the energy is on a Friday night. So I appreciate you guys having us out, and obviously we're happy to get involved and support. Make the Turn has been a labor of love, man, since 2019. Mike and I really just kind of starting on the side, something to, really build and something that we believed in. And it got to a point where we could really dive in and do it full time. And this became what we do. And, we're really trying to help small businesses, help local businesses drive leads, improve their branding, and produce quality content that they can promote on their website, social media, whatever it may be. So we got a team of 8 now, 5 full-time, including myself and Mike, and we're officed right here in Troy, Michigan. Want to be local and want to be supporting great initiatives like this and great people.
How has high school sports helped you in your profession and making decisions and making a move or making a change in a career that was going quite well, by the way? And how nice it is to have the talent you have in broadcasting and in marketing, and then to bring it all together and kind of switch into something very confidently that, look, I think this thing's going to work if we make this move.
For sure. I think it's a perfect example of, for young people out there who may think that they know exactly what they want to do and have it all figured out, you might get a curveball thrown your way and things might completely shift. But it's honestly, it's great for me because every single skill that I learned from 19 to 30 when we started doing this, I use every single day. I got to be able to communicate. Yeah. I got to be able to be organized. I need to be driven. I got to get things done. There's deadlines. And then, of course, the creative aspect of that all. So no matter what you think you're preparing for or what your life is going to bring your way, you just never know when you're going to need those skills. And I'm fortunate to be able to use all of them. And honestly, adversity is the biggest thing that you got to deal with in life and get through. And I was a basketball player and got cut in 7th grade, got cut in 8th grade, and I was on the B team, instead of the A team. And sure enough, I ended up being the only guy of both teams that played all 4 years of high school basketball. So, it's dealing with some of that adversity, breaking through. You're going to make mistakes. You might be rejected, whatever it is. But if you fight through, you work hard, and you're grinding at 5:30 in the morning when other people are sleeping, that's what's going to get you over the top, and that's what is really going to help, grow our business or whatever you might be doing in your career.
The pride of Livonia Churchill. We've got a couple Stevenson guys on our crew, so we'll make sure we separate you guys. So
yeah,
we go down to the
10. Have to have a talk about that. Wow.
We might have to. It's a digital world, and when we were in high school, well, forget about when I was in high school. When you were in high school, I mean, things have progressed so much, and obviously we're trying to shed light on the high school student athletes that need this shine and deserve this shine. What are you seeing now in ways and abilities for maybe the high school or that generation who's really emerging right now in the digital media and then social media?
Right. Well, I'll give you a great example. Walking into the game tonight, I pulled out some cash out of my pocket and I was ready to buy a ticket and walk in. And I'm sorry, cashless. You got to just be able to flash the credit card. So even little things like that, and that tells you how long it's been since I've been to a high school football game. But digital's everything, and it's evolving every single day. Whether it's Twitter that is now X, and Threads apparently is now a thing, along with Instagram and Facebook. I mean, there's so many different platforms. So you got to have content that caters to all of it. Whether YouTube is going to be more long form. It's going to be something that you want to try and develop an audience, and you can have a 30-minute video. They want that. They love that. Are you going to be able to keep young people watching for 30 minutes? I don't know. That's one thing you got to fight through. Instagram, it's going to be 60 seconds or under. Facebook, you can go 2 to 3 minutes of content, and you might be able to keep people locked in. So I would say just everything is evolving literally on a daily basis. It's one of the things that makes it interesting every single day for us. We don't work in the same industry, so every day is different. We're trying to learn as much as we humanly possibly can about all of our partners. And I think, gosh, the more you know, the more dangerous you are. It really is true.
NIL was recently approved by the state of Michigan, and watch out, this opens up all kinds of opportunities. It scares some people. It makes them feel some kind of way. How do you feel about NIL and opening the opportunities for
high school athletes in Michigan to get paid.
It was needed. They should be able to capitalize off of their name and, the status that they have. I mean, I think back to my time, again, when I was covering high school athletics and college athletics at the highest level, being down in Louisville for the national championship game in 2013 and, little Spike Albrecht, firing 17 points in the first half. And that's a guy who needs to be able to capitalize on his 20 minutes of fame. And, so I look at opportunities like that because there's guys who are much bigger, that are the stars of the Shedeur Sanders, Caleb Williams at USC. Those guys are going to get their money. They're making that money right now. But it's the other people who maybe they have a significant impact, a Kyler Ellsworth who makes the game-winning tackle at the end of the Rose Bowl to beat Stanford for Michigan State back in the day. Being able to, I think, cash in on some of those opportunities is significant. Where you lose me is a high school kid asking a college, or his parents perhaps asking the college, hey, we need $5,000 to come visit the school. It's not supposed to be a pay-for-play where we're only going to come if you give us money to visit or to even just go to the school. I don't love that. I think you need to get to college, prove yourself, and once you have that platform, hey, by all means, go ahead, make your money.
We're with Kyle Bogenschutz, Make the Turn Digital co-founder. They started in 2019. Leave us with how folks can get involved and why they should contact you. What should their needs be?
Yeah, first of all, maketheturn.com. Really simple. Obviously, the golf, connotation, make the turn to the next level. So please just visit our website. We have plenty of testimonials and reviews and examples, really, of all the work that we do. But in all honesty, we want to work with small businesses. And that could be plumbing, that could be roofing, that could be business consulting, that could be energy companies. It really doesn't matter. But if you want to take advantage of the system that you have and make sure you're getting more and more leads and growing your business, that's ultimately what we want to do. We want to try and help. We want to dive in. We want to be a true partner. And if your business isn't growing, then we're not doing our job. So ultimately, if you want more leads, go to maketheturn.com or email me, Kyle@maketheturn.com.
I can say the prep is better this year in our social media, in our marketing, to listening to your
this
consultation.
Is great. What a great setup, too, by the way.
No, we appreciate it, man. It's a fun setup. We appreciate our partnership with Make the Turn Digital. Kyle Bogenschutz, co-founder. Thanks so much, man. We appreciate it. Tell Sully we said hello as well.
I will.
Right now at the half, 35-21, Seaholm over Groves. The prep production on NFHS. We're coming back to halftime right after this.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Be the best version of yourself. Be bold. Be brilliant. Be Birmingham.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with the simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
Some highlights of the first half, and giving pain is what the Kinney brothers do and stick. First couple drives was a lot of Seaholm offensive pain from the quarterback, Colton.
Yeah, they were just driving the ball up the middle, to the left, to the right, and then they decided to throw the ball a couple times for some quick touchdowns. And here you see number 11 with a big touchdown run for Seaholm. That is Jack Lewis. He had a big first half. And then the quarterback, I mean, Colton Kenny has had a huge game just running people over. There you see him getting into the end zone, putting up Seaholm up, I think, 3 scores at that point. Then a big fumble on the next possession. And here you go, Seaholm with one of their huge passes to number 9, Lewis Sullivan. He's had a great, great first half as well with 2 touchdowns. There you see, hold him up high. But then all of a sudden, next thing you know, here you go again. Seaholm, number 11, Jack Lewis with a big run, a great pitch, not even touched, going on into the end zone. Groves at that point was down 28-0. And then, of course, Groves kind of got things going. They were able to get on the board. you see the Seaholm boys having a good time on the sideline. But Groves started to open it up a little bit. There you go. That's that man that we talked about, Chris Little. Once you get him going, he had a great one-handed catch that got called back. This was a great scramble by the quarterback, in, out. You see 2 Seaholm players run into each other. This takes Caden Hardy down to about the 5-yard line, where young Mr. Sanders puts it in the end zone. Noah Sanders, and kind of like his dad, just stands up, hands it to the official. That was kind of a nice omen I didn't pick up the first time they scored. And then, of course, Colton Kenny back in again, letting them know he's Superman underneath that uniform for his second touchdown. This got called back as an incomplete pass. What an amazing catch, but right before the half, 30 seconds left, there's those boys again, the Hardy boys, quarterback to wide receiver, making it happen, bookending with touchdowns, and here we are, 35-14 going into the second half.
All right, well done, sir. 263 yards of total offense for Seaholm, 186 yards total offense for Groves. They had 19 yards, though, in just that first quarter, coming on with their final 2 scoring drives. And here we go. Groves will get the opening kick of the second half. And back deep is Chris Little, and he will take it at the 5. Has some room. Cross the 30 to the 32-yard line before he's wrapped up and tackled by their special teams ace, number 44. That's Penn Roberts, the junior.
He's had a great game on special teams. Tackles, lighting people up. But I like that strategy on the kickoff return there by Little. Each time on the kickoffs, he's just been going straight up the right sideline, the right sideline, the right sideline. This time, he cut it back left and was able to get a pretty decent return.
He was. So Groves with starting field position at the 32. And Hardy in the gun. with motion left to right from Woods. Handoff, Mario, right side, powers his way for about 3.5. Campoy Lavasco, who's carried most of the damage, done most of the damage on the rush. 7 carries now for 44 yards, averaging nearly 7 yards a carry.
Back to the no huddle for Groves here in the second half.
Worked well in the first, looking deep, got a man, brother, caught, Hardy! Nick Hardy to the end zone, touchdown! 65-yard touchdown strike. Brother Hardys have cut this thing to 2 scores.
I mean, he was wide open the minute he came off that line of scrimmage. I was pointing to him up here in the score, but it was just wide open. A play action pass, it looked like, it wasn't even a play action. It was just a drop back pass, and it was just wide open, taking the inside seam there. Beautiful play to come out here in the second half, and now you got a 2-score game with pretty much a whole half to go. And the way Groves is going up and down the field, this is going to be an interesting second half here in Birmingham.
You bet. Hardy now with 111 yards receiving on 4 catches. Here comes the extra point by Gage Waters. It's up, it's good. And just 40 seconds in, a 2-play drive, 68 yards, and it's a scoring strike of 65 yards from Hardy to Hardy. The second time they've teamed up today.
Yeah, you see the quarterback just drop back here. And this is a pitch and catch. I mean, this is what happens when you're in the backyard playing with your brother. There was nobody within 5-10 yards of him.
Yeah.
I'm starting to hear the fans over here for Seaholm getting a little restless, trying to get their boys fired up, saying, hey, just because you scored 35 doesn't mean the game's over.
A new ball game. And that's against a defense that's, you know, 2 safety high look, and a defense that really just basically doesn't want to let you get anybody behind them. It's a conservative type defense, and that cover 4, and they got behind him quickly, blown coverage, and Groves starting to feel it.
Well, the minute they switched to that spread offense, the tempo and the entire complexity of this game changed.
Yep.
I mean, you could tell they have speed upon speed upon speed, and once you started spreading out the Seaholm defense, it just became a lot easier to get those holes.
Matt Turner, the offensive coordinator for Groves, just 11 seniors on their team. 2 of them are hurt. Zach Rogers, the son of the late Charles Rogers, is out for the year. He's a talented receiver and defensive back. Here comes the kick, and taken inside the 20. Up across to the 31-yard line. It's Emerson on the return. No, check that. It's number 4 on the return. That's Alejandro Ralph. And you see the Grove side. School separated by just about a mile. A lot of intensity. And hey, look, tip of the cap to Groves coming out and confidently calling some plays that give big play opportunities.
Well, going into the half, scoring a touchdown, and then coming out and scoring, you know, those quick 14 points can turn a ball game around in a hurry. And then you look at the stats right now. Look at the yards are almost dead even. 254 for Groves now and 263 for Seaholm.
Yeah, and they were quite lopsided in the first quarter. Momentum has changed. Brendan Flaherty, the head coach, with some haymakers in the air across the way. A negative play we have not seen tonight, Stick. You were saying they needed something to get them going. How about this negative play forced by Groves?
Yeah, and this is one of the first misreads by the quarterback. If he hands that up the middle, it's a 2-3 yard gain, which they'd be more than happy with. But unfortunately, Kinney held on to that ball for a tackle for a loss. And this is not what this offense is designed to do, work behind the chains.
Gage Waters with a tackle for loss. Run up the middle again. Nowhere to go. There's a late flag, and it's a late hit. Gage with a late hit on Colton Kinney to stop the Groves momentum for the moment.
That could be a huge, huge, huge call, because this was going to be a long 3rd and 10. But you see Gage running at the quarterback when the quarterback didn't even have the ball. That's one of those where you got to be a smarter player than that, because your team had momentum, and now you just gave a free 15 yards and a first down.
Play was made by Aiden Wan in the backfield. The personal foul is on Gatch. That's the number 2 player in the state of Michigan, the top lineman in the class of 2025. Offers from Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, Ole Miss, and about 20 others. Anywhere he wants to go. 1st and 10 though for Seaholm. Kinney in the triple veer option, and down he goes. And the same result, Aiden Wan again, number 87 on the tackle. And this Groves defense has made some adjustments as well.
That wasn't a tackle. That was just a one-arm throw to the turf. My goodness, the strength on that young man. Because we know Kenny is a strong guy. He is tough to bring down. We were counting them in the first half, sometimes 4 or 5 guys. Just see one big bear paw come out and rip him down to the ground. That is some force. That was left-handed.
Yeah. Groves trying to stop this potent Seaholm offense. 2nd and 11 and 3rd and 9 now. It's a Seaholm offense not really built for 3rd and long. They'll face their first 3rd and long tonight right now.
Yeah, and they're at that spot in the field, too, where it could be 4 down territory, so maybe you're just trying to pick up 4 or 5 yards here to make it 4th and like 4, something like that. But Seaholm needs to put something on the board. They need to retain some possession right now.
Nathan Brodeski on the tackle. 3rd and long for the Seaholm Maples. From their own 46, inside handoff, Kinney. He got maybe a yard. 87 again, who's woken up in the second half, Aiden Wan, and it'll force a punt. And the Grove sidelines starting to get active.
Yeah, big number 74, Avery Gatch running over there and pumping everybody up. The momentum is definitely on the Grove side of the field, even though they're down 14 points, but they're about to get the ball back.
Just the second punt of the night upcoming for Seaholm. Littlebeck, he will let it roll inside his 10. And that is a nice break for Seaholm. Of course, Penn down there to make the play.
Who else?
Special teams.
Special teams player of the year so far in every game that we've called. He has been making plays all over the field. But now, here you go. If you're Birmingham Seaholm, you cannot give up the big play. You cannot let a quick strike happen. Otherwise, this is literally a brand new ball game.
44-yard punt, no return. Groves down the road, 6-3 on the year from the white division of the OAA. 2nd in the league is what they finished. 1,200 students in their school. Schools are about the same enrollment-wise. 3 state semifinals in their history, last in 2016. Notable alumni, Anthony Pittman, Detroit Lions special teams standout, former Wayne State Warrior, and originally a basketballer at Wayne State, and a key special teams component to the Detroit Lions. And Seaholm, a proud football program under Brendan Flaherty in his 23rd year, his 26th year coaching football. Groves is going to start from the shadows of their end zone. 5-yard penalty here, Stick.
Coming back out in that spread offense.
Hardy to the left. Hardy rolling, looking deep again. Got Noah Sanders just over his head at the 50. Sanders got behind the defense again. And Hardy had all day to throw, and they couldn't convert.
And that's been the theme of the day. When Hardy drops back to pass, he's just waiting until somebody gets open. And Sanders was open, just a little too much arm strength from the end zone. That's a 55-yard bomb from a high school quarterback.
Seaholm head coach Jim DeWald very complimentary this week in our presser with him about the way that Groves blocks their play action so well and their pass pro.
Yeah, I mean, they have all day long, and even when Seaholm got to him in the first half, they were able to get a touchdown.
2nd down and 15. Hardy, down he goes at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Alejandro Ralph, the junior DB. And it sets up a 3rd and long.
But the difference is, you know, when we were talking about Seaholm and 3rd and long, they're not really set up for that. 3rd and long doesn't really intimidate Groves. They can pick up 15 yards in a hurry.
Hurry up offense here. Hardy looking left, looking deep again. He's got Sanders open. Overshot him again. Oh boy. Looked like Sanders had him beaten again, Stick, just couldn't come up with it. But again, getting behind the Seaholm defense, Groves has had no problem with that.
I'm telling you, Seaholm dodged a major bullet there. Sanders was behind the defense with his arm up for a good 2-3 seconds before that ball was even thrown. If you could see him up here at the top of the screen, he's way up there. They're all coming down, and he had his arm up. Look at him, he's just out there waiting like a punt. That's how far ahead he was.
So here comes the punt. This is Mario to punt it, standing on the end line. And the starting running back will get it away. And it's a good one. It'll get to the 45. Emerson to handle it. And Emerson is bottled up and tackled by number 52. That's Spencer George, the junior, with a textbook tackle. But plus territory for the Maples on this drive.
And that was a huge stand for them. I mean, ever since Groves has switched over to that spread offense, they haven't been able to stop them at all. 21 straight points. So for them to get a stop and get field position inside the 40-yard line is massive. What a great tackle. Number 52. Where's he at? Spencer George.
It's been a run of 21 straight points both ways. Groves started behind 21-0. And they've gone on a 3-touchdown run. Kinney breaks a tackle. And another. As he extends down to the 15-yard line. 18-yard run for Colton Kinney on first down. Nobody gets this guy on the first grab.
Well, this is the first time they handed it up the middle in the second half. There, he keeps it on the outside. A nice cutback lane, too. Nice stiff arm. And if it wasn't for 25, Carter, how do you say that name? Hildaki? That was a touchdown.
Yeah, Carter Lockheed.
The H is silent.
The H is silent, yeah. It's a nice pronunciation guide the Groves folks gave us. We do appreciate that. We don't get that typically at the high school level, but Groves a little extra with that. We do appreciate it.
And that is why I should have looked at that.
That's okay. We're not used to having it. We've been
I'm really not.
10 weeks. 2nd down and 4, 6 minutes to go in the 3rd. Seaholm knocking on the door after Groves came out and scored in their first possession. In a 2-play drive on a 65-yard touchdown pass from Hardy to Hardy. Handoff, middle. First down run. It's Kinney, Grandin. 1st and goal, Seaholm.
And you love it, both these teams still jawing at each other. There's still some intensity on the field. And Seaholm, you kind of feel they could take a deep breath after that last stop. They got to put this ball in the end zone, but things have kind of calmed down a little bit. It was pretty hectic there for a while.
It was. You know it's in the back of the minds of Seaholm. Jim DeWald pointing to the play clock. It's running down. They didn't reset it. Motion. Kinney, pitch, left side, spin, extended, down at the goal line. Down at the goal line, the carry was by Jack Lewis, number 11. It's a gain of 4. It'll set up 2nd and goal with 5 to go in the 3rd.
And I feel like Seaholm would prefer that almost every time. You know, let's get close, but let's still run off a little bit more clock. But there's that pitch sweep that they throw into the wrinkle of the veer. No fakes, no nothing. Just put the guy in motion. And like Kara brought up at halftime to coach, they throw that pitch probably, 500 times a day in practice? That's why it's on time.
It really is. The A-back, Jack Lewis, gets close. And the quarterback keeper is in the end zone. Touchdown, Colton Kinney. His 3rd touchdown rushing of the game. And Seaholm has crossed the 40-point plateau with 4:39 to go in this third quarter.
And you can tell he's starting to take this a little personal. They're starting to jaw to him. You see every time after he gets his celebration, letting him know, a little too small, not as strong as me. And there you see him getting in the end zone. A big, strong run. And no push.
Little push.
Yeah, no push there.
Not much.
Just by himself.
On his own, he's got it.
Yep.
Well built.
No brotherly shove to get him in there.
No push. Nothing.
Nope.
Wesley Billings with an extra point. And it's good. 42-21, Seaholm doubling up Groves, but it feels a little closer. We'll come back with a Falcons response right after this.
Be the best version of yourself. Be bold. Be brilliant. Be Birmingham.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
Touchdown for Seaholm in the end zone. Quarterback keeper Colton Kinney with a quarterback keeper, his third touchdown of the ball game. So 42-21, 4:39 to go. Kinney's numbers on the ground, impressive. Rushing today, Kinney 97 yards on the ground, averaging 7 yards a carry and 3 touchdowns for number 2, the 3-year starter. Little takes the kickoff, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 30-yard line. And there you look at it. Special teams, Alex Smith, the guy who's done a great job all season long, reserve running back. Here comes Groves. A solid first drive, just 2 plays. They found the end zone. A lot of confidence for this offense. We'll see how Seaholm responds defensively.
Yeah, Groves has had people open on almost every single play.
Hardy keeps it, dances around, looks, stops, and takes his 5 yards.
It's an awkward pause in the middle of that run, almost like the controller froze when you're playing manually. Your fingers slipped off the button. He just like stopped. Then, oh, I'm still in the middle of a play. Still picked up 5 yards.
That's funny.
Let's go, LT!
Hardy looking left, has time, and has a completion. No, dropped. They're going to say that was dropped. Great effort by Noah Woods. And Brendan Flaherty's going to get him out of the game quickly. And I think there's an injury there.
Yeah, maybe he got his hand caught underneath him. But look, he had Sanders open over the middle when he's on the run. Linebacker snuck over there at the last minute. You saw that ball bounce off the ground. But it seems like Groves just has the time to throw the ball. It's just they got to wait for somebody to get open, and then once the quarterback starts scrambling, just send everybody down the field and let them launch the ball. That's been their most successful plays.
Yep. 4 wide receivers, hitch route, Little caught, first down and more! Across midfield, they'll say he was down at the 46. So a gain of 11 on 3rd and 5, move the chains, and Little's numbers receiving impressive tonight. He's been the number 2 target, but 3 catches now for 59 yards, Dave.
Yeah, well, and he had that 1 touchdown called back, that beautiful one-handed catch. But I love the timing of that route. A nice little curl route to get you the 5 yards you need and let your playmaker go to work.
4 catches for 70 yards now for Little as the stats update. This is Mario off the right side. He'll cut outside, inside the numbers, and he'll have 10 yards and a first down. Up to the 45-yard line, move the chains, and timeout to move the chains. Here's another look. Mario Campoy Lovasco has been impressive on the ground tonight.
Yeah, I love that cutback right there. Not trying to get to the sideline and end the play. He's trying to get some more yards. Looks like a designed quarterback draw.
Quarterback draw, just a yard on the ground tonight. Campoy Lovasco, 8 carries, 53 yards to lead the way. Again, Colton Kinney, the leading rusher for Seaholm, sniffing 100 yards. He has 14 carries for 97 yards.
And I know we're only in the third quarter, but the clock is starting to become an issue for Groves.
It is. Bit of a hurry-up offense. Hardy with time. Crossing route. Knocked out of the hands of Nick Hardy. And that is textbook defense on the play and a late flag.
Taunting.
But how about the play by Jack Lewis, the safety, to knock it away? But the taunting afterwards will cost him.
Yeah, and there you go. Just as much time as you need. Great defensive play. And you could stand. You just can't stand over the guy you broke it up with. Like, if he turned and faced the sideline and did that, no problem. The officials don't care about it. But if you do it over the offensive player, they're going to call that taunting every single time. Because you've seen both these teams have, you know, they've celebrated and the officials have let it go, but it hasn't been directly to an opposing player. This is the issue right here. He gets up, great play, but you turn and stand over him, optics just look bad.
Yeah.
Even if he wasn't looking at him, the official behind him doesn't know that.
A for posture. There's good posture.
And look, I think it's a great pose. Just do it to your crowd. Do it to your fans.
1st and 10 from the 28. Mario has a lot of green in front of him. Takes a pop to the shoulders, but that's a big gain on first down. It's a gain of 18 yards. And again, well blocked here on this play on the stretch.
Yeah, they pulled the guard, but they didn't even have to.
Right.
He was just able to get to the edge and pick up 15 yards with nobody touching him.
Campoy Lovasco in the backfield. Hardy wants to throw. Has a man, Noah Sanders, caught, touchdown. 11-yard touchdown pass, Hardy to Noah Sanders, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And Groves not going away just yet. They've got 27 points.
Yeah, we talked about them being able to put up points in a hurry, and Sanders has been open on this crossing route a couple of times because it's tough for a linebacker to keep up with anybody with the last name Sanders on a football field. And look at him, just nobody can keep up with him. Wide open, great throw, easy touchdown.
Extra point attempt coming up. Gage Waters to kick it. Chris Little to hold it. To try to make this a 14-point Seaholm Maples lead. And that is good. So with 2:46 to go in the third, don't you go anywhere. We got a dandy in Birmingham. Oh, your Friday night in Beham, it all starts right here at Maple Field. Don't go anywhere. This is All the Rage. This is NFHS and a production of The Prep.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut. There's Brendan Flaherty. Rides his bike to work every day, he says. And that work is Birmingham Groves. 23rd year as the bench boss at Groves. Graduated from Shrine High School, just down the road. Alma mater, Eastern Michigan. Graduated from 1990, was a senior captain for the Hurons. And regional coach of the year in 04, 15, and 16. Took this team to the Final Four in 2016. And a teacher at Groves. Brendan Flaherty, one of the best in the state of Michigan, coaching, and there he is with his patented visor. Squib kick taken up by the 29-yard line, and one of the best form recoveries you'll see. And
so I got to know about the riding your bike to school. How far does he live from the school before I give him too much credit?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
That's a great question.
If he lives next door to the school, it's like that's a nice little.
You're killing the graphic.
If he's 15 miles away, I'm like, my goodness, coach.
Hey, listen though. How many times, even if say he is a mile, say he's 2 miles,
yeah.
How many times do you feel like riding your bike?
Me
on a
never.
Rough morning?
Me never.
Yeah,
especially in the winter.
Yeah.
No, sir.
We're gonna find out how far though. I think it's a fair question. That should have been in the graphic. That's on Sonny. Run left side, short gain of 2. That's Colton Kinney, the quarterback, who's considering Western Michigan as a Division I baseball prospect. So is his twin brother, the running back. But this play belongs to Groves in the fine play defensively. Short gain.
Yeah, you're seeing Groves starting to sell out to stop that up the middle run, and they may be susceptible to some edge rushes coming up. Or we haven't seen a pass from Seaholm in a long time either. There you go. See, everybody's crashing down on that run.
So, 2nd and long, 2 minutes left in the third. Colton Kinney, the senior 3-year starter, all-leaguer, tripped up, fine play. That's coming by way of the safety. That's Teddy Abbott, number 2.
Man, you can just tell Colton Kinney, he feels that he can break it every single time that he has the ball. A little frustrated there that he let one man take him down.
Doesn't happen often, does it?
No, but Abbott comes in and just shoots the ankle perfectly.
The old Teddy two-step got him. 3rd and mid, 90 seconds left in the third. Groves on their feet across the way in white. The Maples on the near side with the cowbells humming. Kinney, keeper, didn't get it. It'll be punting time for Seaholm, or so you would think. Fine play by Mr. Abbott again. The safety came up and sniped him after a gain of 2.
Yeah, and they're sending out the punt team. I thought for a second they were thinking about going for it, but you cannot give Groves that type of momentum. Even though they have kind of all the momentum on their side right now, to give them the ball at the 35 would just be asking for them to put it in the end zone.
Yeah. Seaholm started the year with 2 punters, a right-legged punter and a left-legged punter, and they would put them side by side. That has since changed, and there it is. That's the fake. And that is a fumble, and Groves has it at the 29. It was snuffed out. I believe it was a called fake. We'll have to see the replay. Groves shuts it down on a 4th and 3. How about it?
Yeah, it looked like the up man was going to try to grab the snap. You see number 58 kind of creeping in there. Oh, no, that was just a bad snap. That was not designed to be a fake at all.
Fair point.
That was just a bad snap because I thought the up man tried to grab it, but it looked like it just got thrown right off his belly.
Grandin Kinney is the long snapper. Baldner is the short snapper. And, well, here we go. With 29 seconds left, Groves, who's had all kinds of second-half yardage, on the move. Groves actually outgaining Seaholm right now, 311 yards to 307. And we've got a pre-snap penalty here. And a false start, says Pat the Stat.
And that's happened to Groves a couple times during this game, putting themselves in longer down in distance, and that cost them on their last drive. They couldn't recover from that initial penalty.
You'll recall Groves had to go to their bench with their offensive lineman Omari Harrison, number 63. He's back in there at left tackle. Keep an eye on him. 1st and 15 for Hardy and company. Hitch route right side, little caught. It's a gain of about 7. He got half the yardage back, 2nd and mid.
And you just feel like that's there anytime they want it. Because of little speed, you have to play off of him. You cannot let that man go deep on you. But this little hitch has worked twice. Maybe on the third time they go to a little hitch and go and see if they can get little streaking down the sideline.
Second down and 8, 20 ticks left. Hardy on the right hash, 3 wide. Handoff left side, it's Mario. Outside the numbers to the 22-yard line, forced out by Sean Emerson, number 22.
Man, you feel like Seaholm is almost just hoping to survive this game at this point, right? They're
holding
just,
on.
Yeah, they're just waiting for the clock to wind down. But that's not going to win you this game. You got to go attack, force a turnover here, or some big play momentum, like we were saying Groves had to do in the first half. Lots of substitutions going on right now.
Late substitutions, no doubt. Bryce Lattimore quickly off the field. 3rd and 3 for Groves. Handoff right side. Mario has a first down and more. As Gatch jumps on his back to the 11. It's a gain of 11 in the final play of the third quarter as Groves moves the chains and continues to move momentum their way.
Yeah, look at their whole team running down to the other side of the field. Their coach is getting them fired up. They are ready for the fourth quarter, and the lights just went off. Hope that was by design.
That is intentional. We were here for game 1, and this is intentional. Enjoy the light show. Oh, Birmingham, all bright lights and ready for the big moves tonight by their 2 high school teams. We're back with a fourth quarter. Right after this, Groves football. Come on back, won't you? We're the Prep. This is NFHS.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Welcome back with us here on the Prep on the sideline. Now, with a score of 42-28, we have yet to still talk about a new addition here to Birmingham Seaholm. That's right, Jason Bosner and his wife Christina gave birth to a new baby boy just 2 weeks ago now. So he's the newest addition to the line here on Seaholm's side. Jason is the line coach and the social studies department chair. And Christina also was a volleyball coach here at Seaholm. So Seaholm roots, and we're hoping to see Trevor here graduating in the class of 2041. So Chad and Stick, looks like we're going to have to mosey on back down here in 2041 and take a look at Trevor and see how far he's come. Chad, Stick, let's send it back to you.
Congratulations to Trevor and family. Meanwhile, Groves is in the end zone. Touchdown. A 12-yard trot up the right side, and it's Mario back at it. Touchdown, Groves.
And look at that student section going crazy. Throwing the white powder up, doing it real big. And we were talking what they should do. Campolo Valsco, I mean, he's had a great game. But I'm telling you, we were talking, should he throw the route? Should he throw a deep ball? Should he throw it to his brother? And what do? They come out with a power run and score a touchdown.
They sure do. It's as close as Groves has been all night. Extra point attempt coming up with 11:53 to go. Seaholm once led this thing by 3 scores. It was 21-0. It's now a 1-score game, 42-35 on the opening play of the fourth quarter, and here's how it looked. Mario Campoy Lavasco, a 12-yard run, and a drive that took 4 plays, 36 yards.
Great blocking all the way down the field. I mean, he didn't even get touched till he was pretty much at the goal line. And that's what we talked about. They had the bigger offensive linemen. They had the better speed on offense. They just couldn't get it going in the first quarter and a half. And to think about what this game would look like if they were going right off the jump, it'd be a whole different game. But I'm telling you, we are in for a heck of a fourth quarter, and that man right there is definitely not going to let his team settle on a 7-point lead. They're going to try to eat up a ton of clock right now, and they're going to score a touchdown.
There's Jim DeWald.
That shoe game.
Got that shoe game for sure. And he said, look, he couldn't wait for the opening kickoff. And says, I just watch every second. I'm so anxious for this game to get going. And couldn't have been a better start for Jim DeWald and Seaholm, up 21-0. There's the shoe game. There's the Jays looking good on Jim DeWald. He trade those for a win tonight, I can tell you that. Seaholm holding on for dear life right now, or so it feels. Could use a special teams jolt. And they get a fine return here from Emerson up to the 32-yard line. Emerson, a guy that's looking to play Division I football. And he's got a shot. 12th year with Seaholm. There he is, Jim DeWalt, 3-time Regional Coach of the Year, 4-time OAA Coach of the Year, and his 22nd year as a head coach. He's from Tustin, California. They got him all the way from Southern Cal and took him to Kalamazoo. What was he thinking? Oh, just kidding. He did outstanding work at Western Michigan. They asked him to stay on as a coach, and he's found a wonderful life in Birmingham. His daughter, or excuse me, his wife, Erin, a local real estate agent and a grad of Seaholm, and their 2 boys have played in Seaholm and played college football. It's a football family, and here's a look at that last play.
Yeah, and when we were talking to him, he was saying that his boys would call him and ask him about this game and get him fired up. So he's got pressure inside the household, too, to deliver. And if you're Seaholm, what you want to do right now, just take a deep breath. You're up 7 points. If I told you were going to be up 7 points in the fourth quarter, you would have taken it. You just got to go back to what was working for you in the first half. Because Groves is definitely in their groove right now.
Things have tightened up in the middle of that Groves defense. Carry by Kinney. This is Grandin Kinney, twin brother of the quarterback Colton Kinney. It's a short gain, 3rd and 4. This is Seaholm's bread and butter, 3rd and 4.
Yeah, this is where they want to be, but right now, I mean, everything's just tough for them up the middle. They found a little bit of success outside, but Groves have done a great job mucking it up.
Kinney in the veer option, runs it, pitches it left side down to the 41. He's about a yard short. The pitch was to Lewis. And he's tackled by Dominic Taylor along with Jalen Brooks.
See, I thought he could have cut back right there and had the first down, but 26 actually was on the tackle. Jalen Brooks, who brought him down in a big 4th and 2 right now. What do? You go inside, you go outside.
You do hard count, I think.
that's
before anything else.
I was going to say, you try that first. You're going on 2 no matter what.
It's a heady quarterback, and they just want to go right at it. Colton Kinney, right side, second effort, got it. On second and third effort, Colton Kinney on the attack. He's the hammer, not the nail, and he continues to get yak yards at a high rate.
And that clock continues to run. That was a huge 4th down conversion for Seaholm. And we were talking about trying to delay the snap. They went quick snap, so that's the other way to go about it, too.
That's
Catch the defense off guard, and that's exactly what they did. But his second effort is what got them that first down.
Sometimes you're smarter and outside, over-the-top smart.
Yeah.
And that was smart. Go quick when they're thinking long.
And that's exactly why the coach is down there and we're up here.
That's it. 9:15 left. Seaholm by a touchdown. They led 21-0. A near fault start. They didn't call it. Right side, Emerson has the corner and the edge. And a first down nearly. He's about a half-yard shy. Brendan Flaherty is irate, the head coach for Groves across the way, saying he stepped out early. But a fine game for Emerson, who's playing that B-back position, his old position from a year ago.
Yeah, but you called it. It looked like a false start right off the jump there. The left side of the line went a little bit early. They didn't call it, so luckily for Seaholm, you take this play, and this is where Seaholm loves to be. So you're going to watch the left side of the line at the bottom of the screen here. That's a false start if I've ever seen one.
Yep. 9 minutes left, second and short. Kinney hands to Grandin. And Twin has a first down, a late flag in that pile. It was after the play.
Well, we know it's been chippy.
Oh, has it ever.
I mean, these two schools, like you said, they're separated by maybe 2 miles. So
well,
let's see what happens here after.
Kinney's helmet came off.
Yeah, so that may be a face mask.
Yeah, I think it is.
After the play was over, personal foul, face mask.
Yep. And that is a huge penalty. Groves has shot themselves in the foot a couple times during this. I mean, they already had the first down, but that extra 15 yards right now could be everything, knowing how hard it is for Seaholm to get 15 yards. You know, it may take them 4 plays to get there.
Here's another look at the face mask at the end of the play.
Kinney is just such a tough runner. And he's trying to rip the ball out. That wasn't intentional by any sense of the imagination, but still, you got to be careful where those hands are going.
Yep. 1st and 10 from the 28. Seaholm trying to go in and double their lead. A lead they once had of 3 touchdowns. Pitch left side, it's on the deck! And somehow they're going to call this incomplete. Oh, wow.
I think if you're Groves, you'd rather take the incomplete pass at this point because they'd at least have a few yards if it was a fumble. So you'll take the incomplete pass if you're Groves.
Here comes the call, but I want to see that again.
I mean, it looked like it was behind him, even if it, well, no, that was a forward left-handed pass from the right-handed quarterback. So was that his first incompletion of the game?
It was. He's now 2 of 3, and a smart play by Kinney to throw it ahead, knowing that's an option in this triple option instead of pitching it backwards.
Yeah.
So here we go, 2nd and 10. Kinney keeps it. Right side, not much. Wrapped up by number 24. That's Dominic Taylor.
Number 24, Dominic Taylor.
And that was a new twist. At least I haven't seen it so far this game, where they crashed down the pulling back to use as a lead blocker on an off-guard run by the quarterback. There's so many little wrinkles in this Veer offense.
Yeah. And the pass is one that you don't think a lot about, but boy, 2 of the 3 passes for Seaholm have been completed for touchdowns in this game. They average about 3.5 passes a game. Kinney keeps it, pitches left side. It's Jack on the attack. Left sideline. Touchdown, Seaholm. Lewis to the end zone. His 2nd of the night.
His 2nd of the night on almost a mirror image of the exact same play. Both touchdowns he's had have been over 20 yards, and he hasn't been touched on either of them. Great pitch, great seal block, way to cut back inside. What a beautiful touchdown at a timely point in this game, too, because you know Groves is not done scoring the ball, so Seaholm had to get on the board on this drive.
Extra point, not yet. Whistle blown. It was a 27-yard touchdown run for Lewis. He had a 46-yarder earlier in this game.
And he wasn't touched on either of them.
Again, no Kyle Robbins in this game stick.
Yeah, Lewis now for the game, 8 rushes, 101 yards, and 2 touches.
Big time. All in the substitution. Kyle Robbins, it's been a nice.
Yeah, he's only been outdone by Colton with 20 rushes for 114 and 3 TDs.
Yeah, how about that? Lewis came in the 2nd leading rusher on the team. So Wesley Billings, after a high snap, puts it up and through. Seaholm 49, Groves 35. high-scoring affair in Birmingham. We once thought it was going to be a running clock, and boy, oh boy, it's been something far from that, hasn't it?
Well, it's just shown the character of both of these teams, and we talked about it. Both these programs should be very proud of how they've carried themselves throughout their entire existence, really. But most importantly, these last couple years, when both of them have been perennially moving through the playoffs. And for both these guys to come out tonight, if you're Groves, you're down 21, and you show the fight that you did to get back in this game and make it a game to where we really didn't know what the outcome was going to be. And for Seaholm to show that you can get up early, get punched in the mouth, and get back up and finish the job, it's a great game for both of these schools, and it shows a lot about the head coaching.
Outstanding head coaching both ways. Jim DeWald. There you see Brendan Flaherty for Groves. Some scoring updates. UAD 47, Warren Mott 14. West Bloomfield has ended the season for Rochester Adams 42-14. 37-21. Martin Luther King is on their way, knocking off Port Huron. Cass Tech 28, John Glenn 8. That's in the third.
Sorry, Schwartz.
Right. And we've got some other scores coming up. Appreciate that. That was a drive, 4 plays, 36 yards. It took 35 seconds. And, no, that's not right.
That play took 35 seconds.
Ball loose on the deck. Fumble.
Ooh.
Seaholm. Groves will recover. I apologize. That was a Seaholm drive, 9 plays, 68 yards, and it took 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Here's another look at this fumble.
I also want to take a look at the injury too. Ooh. Right there at the top of your screen was your injury and the fumble recovery down below.
So he's doing a back bend. That hurts to watch.
Well, yeah, he's laying on the Seaholm player while injured, and that's just tough. They try to slowly. You see the Seaholm player and the Groves player are still down together.
Update the numbers in this one. Seaholm has rushed for 300 yards in this game. They have 358 yards of total offense. Groves with 345 yards of total offense, only being outgained by 13 yards. And in the air, it's been Groves with 207 yards on 12 of 19 in the air from Caden Hardy, the 3-year signal caller. Meanwhile, rushing has been the theme, as expected, for Seaholm. And they have pounded out the offensive rushing yards, including a couple of 100-yard rushers in this game. Colton Kinney, 20 carries for 114 yards, and Jack Lewis, 8 carries for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kinney, 2 of 3 in the air, 58 yards and 2 touchdown passes. And Louis Sullivan, 2 receptions for 58 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And the one incompletion was a questionable incomplete.
Yes.
I mean, it was a forward pass, but that was not really a pass.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're going to bring the ambulance out here.
Oh, no. Receiving yards, one last note. Nick Hardy leads the way for Groves with 111 yards in the air on 4 catches and 2 touchdowns. Chris Little, 5 catches for 77. We'll take a timeout and step aside. Seaholm by 2 scores with 7:15 to go in Birmingham, Michigan. We're back after this.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Everywhere you look this time of year, people are running, and that's a great thing because running is an excellent exercise, especially for your cardiovascular and musculoskeletal systems. But the question is, are you running a safe running program? All too often, people are hobbled by things like shin splints and patellar tendonitis. But luckily, simple things like stretching and warm-up, the right running shoes, and realistic weekly mileages can keep you in your running game. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
More wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut. If your company wants to make the turn to the next level, make sure you contact Make the Turn, an award-winning digital marketing firm based right here in Metro Detroit. Founded by Mike Sullivan and Kyle Bogey in 2019, they've quickly grown a full team of professionals who create custom marketing solutions to help grow your business. Maybe you have a great marketing department and you want to get just 10% better, or maybe you're a business owner who wants a marketing director without the full-time salary. It's worth visiting MakeTheTurn.com and checking out all their great examples and reviews. They can help with content creation, digital advertising, or even just optimizing your social media and web presence. Visit MakeTheTurn.com to schedule a free consultation and to see how they can help your company make the turn to the next level. In today's ever-changing real estate and mortgage lending world, the importance of a true professional has never been higher. At Success Mortgage Partners, our mission is for every borrower to receive level 10 service, and our goal is to get you the lowest rate possible. We want you to have an experience of a lifetime. Navigating a turbulent market like this, it needs to be handled by a real professional. Call Todd Barr at 734-674-6154 and put 20 years of local knowledge to use for you and your family. Success Mortgage Partners Incorporated supports equal housing opportunity, NMLS ID number 130562. This is informational only and is not an offer of credit or a commitment to lend. Contact Success Mortgage Partners to learn more about your eligibility for its mortgage products. Welcome back to Birmingham Seaholm High School. The quiet crowd and concerned crowd right now is for the player on the field who we have not identified, but Kara Wolfbauer is standing by shortly, and we will have an update on the player. We know the player's moving. We know the ambulance has been called, so we don't want to speculate. It is a Groves player, and there's a stretcher on the field, so we don't want to report anything outside of that. There is movement. That's always good. And our thoughts and concern right now is with the Groves player. We'll update more as we know it.
Yeah, and you can never be too cautious in these situations, so that's why it's always good to have the medical professionals and all the great people of the MHSAA on scene here for whenever anything like this happens. They're able to respond quickly, and they're able to do it with caution as well.
7:15 left in this fourth quarter, 49-35. We are the Prep. We thank NFHS for this broadcast production, allowing us to produce this. If you'd like to follow us and find us on social media, that would be great. We're on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Like, subscribe, follow. We'd love that. And you can join our sponsorship team today. Always looking for sponsors, especially as we enter the winter broadcast season. Coming up just around the corner. Contact us today. info@theprepsports.com. Always looking for interns as well.
You getting excited for basketball season?
Oh, man. So excited for basketball and hockey. A lot of fun coming up. Full court prep. There is a hand on the field for the player that's up on the stretcher. We are going to try to get an update and a little more detail on what's going on down in the field. Kara Wolfbauer standing by Kara, what do you know about the injured Groves player?
Thanks, Chad. We don't know too much yet, but I do know it's number 26, Jalen Brooks. They're mostly just concerned about the way he landed, worried about a future spine issue, so just trying to tread carefully right now, make sure he's feeling okay. He did lay pretty still from the initial hit, but also that comes with shock, so they're really just trying to check in on him. Both sides have been very respectful, just trying to make sure, keeping what in mind is best for this kid. So keep moving forward and keep Jalen Brooks in mind as we head forward in the rest of the game with just 7 minutes left. Chad, Stick, we'll send it back up to you.
Thank you, Kara. Really appreciate that. So it's junior defensive back, student athlete Jalen Brooks, number 26 for Groves, who is getting carted off the field. And much deserved and concerned round of applause right now. So 49-35 on the field right now, Stick. 7:15 left. This sort of takes us back to where we're at in this game. Take us through the second half. It's been a wild second half. 35 points put up in this in the second half already.
Yeah, well, the second half has just been kind of a continuation by the last 4 minutes of the second quarter when Grove started to spread the ball around. They got their spread offense out there, and they've just been letting their quarterback go to work. Caden Hardy has had all day in the pocket, and he's been able to find a lot of open wide receivers, and they've had a strike-fast offense here in the second half. And Seaholm has kind of weathered the storm. You know, it looked like they were just kind of trying to ride it out, letting the clock run out until they realized that that's not going to work anymore because Groves is putting up points in a hurry, and Seaholm has been able to respond. They just did with a huge drive, able to get the ball in the end zone and to go back up 14 points. So it's been a back-and-forth battle. Seaholm has had pretty much control the entire game, but even though they were up 21 or they were up 28 at one point, it never really felt like they had the game in hand. It's been a very strange, I've never been more uncomfortable with a 21-point lead watching a game. That's not safe. That's not a safe 21-point lead.
At the end of the first quarter, it was 7-0 Seaholm. And then Seaholm would strike again and again and again. They had a 28-0 lead on a Jack Lewis touchdown with 6:08 to go. Groves would come back to make it 28-7 with a touchdown, and then Seaholm would come back 35-7, and then 35-14 with a late Groves touchdown. Groves football down 2 scores, 7:15 left. You feel like this game has 3 or 4 touchdowns left in it.
At least.
$12 of 19 for 207 tonight for Hardy. He can run as well. He's going to take off here. Watch out. He's at the 30, cuts across field. They'll never get him. Caden Hardy, touchdown, 60 yards.
And that's how quick they've been scoring ever since midway through the second quarter. They just figured it out. Oh my gosh, we got athletes on the field. And there you see a great play call, something we haven't seen from them all day long. You get a fake sweep, and then boom, all of a sudden your big lead blocker out there. Nobody's getting in his way to begin with, but they didn't have to touch anybody either. Who was that, 63?
Hairston, who went out of the game earlier. And yeah, he just paved the way, and then Hardy in the open field, forget about it. So with 7:02 to go, Groves is an extra point away from cutting it to 7.
And now we're back to a one-score ball game. This has been an absolutely insane night in Birmingham.
Extra point up and good. He's been perfect all night. And he is Gage Waters. 49-42. 91 points put up in this one, and we're headed for over a hundo.
Yeah, and if you look at the time of possession, I mean, it's so lopsided for Seaholm. They have it 28 minutes to 12, almost 13 minutes for Groves. But Groves doesn't need time to score. In the beginning of the game, it was, okay, Groves can't get anything going on offense. That's why they haven't possessed the ball. Now it's because they score 1 or 2 plays into their offensive drives.
Hardy kept going, too.
Oh, yeah.
He's got that crowd fired up.
I mean, if I just ran that far, I'd be tired. I wouldn't be running around to the crowd, getting them fired up. I'd be like, okay, I just ran 60 yards. I'm good, guys.
Oh, man. We want to thank Shields Pizza tonight for the delicious za. It's a, what is it? It's a deep dish.
Mm-hmm.
It's tasty. You love the sauce.
I do.
I like the pepperoni.
Big fan of the sauce on top.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that too.
Let's the cheese soak into the bread.
So now you're getting me hungry. I understand the pizza's no longer gone. I think we got 17 pizzas tonight and we're down to none.
Well, when you have Shields Pizza out there, we should have put up some protection, and we didn't. And next thing you know, the pizzas are somewhere in the crowd.
I thought we had Sonnenberg on security too.
You know, we had the muscle Alex Westfall down there, but he was not intimidating people tonight.
Find Shields in Troy, Detroit, and Southfield. We found them in Southfield. They are delicious no matter where you find them. Detroit Pizza's best chain for the last 5 years. Kickoff underway, and it's a snubber. And Kinney's going to take it. Grandin.
And that was honestly a tough recovery, too. He was running backwards, jumped up, and grabbed it with two hands. But those are important possessions, too, and important parts of this game.
Grove's scoring drives have been short.
Yeah.
21-second drive, one-play drive. 35-second drive, 4 plays. And 40-second drive, 2 plays. Seaholm and Groves doing it 2 different ways, but doing it well tonight. Colton Kinney with a carry and a stuff job. Oh, boy.
Joshua Habbins. What a big hit coming through and making the tackle. Those are the impact plays that change the courses of games, especially when you're putting Seaholm in a long down and distance.
Hammond, just a sophomore, the defensive end, and he's a good one. So, here we go. Pitch, left side, ball on the deck. Colton Kinney fighting for it down in the pile. Grove says they have it. Seaholm says, no, we got it. That's twice on the deck for an offense. It's very ball secure, Stick. What has Groves done defensively?
Well, they started to just blow up the middle of this defense. They are getting deep penetration right here, and there's number 44 causing havoc again. Gage Waters, Joshua Hammonds, the defensive end.
He's been a headache tonight.
He really has. And I honestly, I don't even know if Seaholm recovered that or if it was a dual recovery and they just opted to give it to Seaholm.
Tie goes to the runner.
Which is technically not true.
No, it's not. We'll get to that later.
Yeah, baseball season.
Inside give, jet sweep. Brock Hartwig tackled short of the first down marker. Of course, it's 4th and 16. Now 4th and 13. And Seaholm is on their heels at home, clinging to a 7-point lead.
And if you were to do a close-up on each stands right now and their fans, you wouldn't tell who's losing and who's winning this game, because over here on the Seaholm side where we're broadcasting from, everybody's sitting, it's very quiet. And you go over to the Grove side, they are going wild.
The punt's going to drive Little all the way back, and he'll put a knee on it at the 5. Oh, boy.
A monster punt in field position.
Wesley Billings, who doubles as the punter, maybe with the biggest play of the second half for Seaholm here with a banger.
Yeah, but the way Groves has been scoring, I mean, yardage isn't really the issue. It really hasn't been all game long. And really, when you give them this much field, it almost gives them more space to work with.
Groves with 405 yards of offense. They had 19 yards of total offense in the first quarter. Handoff, right side, going nowhere. Shut down by the defensive front. And that, Grandin Kinney along with Hartwig.
That was an interesting call. I know you're kind of backed up against your goal line and you want to get some space, but you've been having nothing but success passing the ball.
Back to pass. Hardy goes down in the end zone. Ball loose. Seaholm says they have it. And I don't know. I thought he might have been down or in the grasp before. But the officials ruled it a fumble. And Groves has the football, but Stick, I thought this was a play that was made in the end zone.
It looked like it could have been a safety. The big number 74, Gatch, comes and saves the day. Let's see if he was down in the end zone.
Yeah.
He was down in the end zone. That was a safety. And I'll tell you what else happened on the play. You looked at Sanders. He ran into the official.
He is down.
Yeah.
Luke Johnson has a safety there. My goodness.
There's no replay in high school football, so a fresh life going on right here for Groves.
Wow. Groves with a break. 3:40 left, 3rd and 11. The Seaholm defense has turned it up. Hardy throws, incomplete. 4th down, punting time for Groves.
I don't know if Groves is going to punt. It looks like they're perhaps leaving the offense out on the field, but Seaholm only rushed 3 there. They only rushed 3 linemen and were still able to get pressure by 51 coming up the middle, causing that incomplete pass. But yeah, it looks like they're going for it on 4th and 11 here. This is going to be the ball game, essentially.
Yeah, you would think so. Timeout. We'll take it with them. Grove's going to talk it over. They do take one of their timeouts here. Timeouts that
It's a big decision.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
it's worth thinking about.
I guess so. If you're going to make this decision, you might as well think about it, talk to your team, get the play you want in, because if you don't make this, timeouts are irrelevant.
Back after this.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
Welcome back. After some consulting, it is a punt, it appears. And back in punt formation is Noah Woods. 4th and 11 from their own 5. Groves down a touchdown. Emerson back at his own 30. Yep. It's a fake. And Woods is going to pooch it. And it's going to be taken at the 20 by Emerson, the up back, to the 16-yard line. What a heady play by Emerson. I don't know what this play was.
Well, you could tell Emerson wasn't really going all the way back. He was kind of playing like a safety position on that. And yeah, it looked like it was going to be a sweep to the left. And I mean, heady play. It wasn't there. You kick the ball, but now you get the ball to them at the 15-yard line.
Might as well go for it, right? Hindsight 2020.
I think they were going for it with a fake.
You think so?
Yeah, that looked like a design play. If we get another look at the replay, you'll see everybody pulling to the left. So it looked like it was going to be a drawn-out sweep.
3:21 left. Seaholm with a short field, up a score, looking to put a nail into it. Healthy gain of 5 on 1st down. Give up the middle to Kinney. Brandon Kinney with a gain of 5.
And the thing for Seaholm now is you're so close that you're in field goal range too. So even these little chunk plays, if you don't get a first down or you're not able to convert here, you're kicking a field goal and giving yourself a 2-score lead with 2 minutes left. So you're in good shape right now. Don't do anything out of the ordinary if you're Seaholm.
And in true Seaholm fashion, they had 3 offensive possessions last week in the second half. 2 for touchdowns, and the last one ended the game. It's been a different kind of offensive output this week. A shootout. Handoff up the middle. It'll set up 3rd and short. Groves will have to take a timeout here.
And that's why you kind of hate to waste one on that fake punt. But at the same time, like we were talking about, that was probably the most important play that they were going to have on the day to that point.
That's right. We want to thank Papa Romano's as well for their patronage tonight. And delicious pizza. Stick and I and the crew. Alex Westfall had about 4 or 5 pieces.
I did.
You had some. Everybody enjoyed it. Did you like the meat lovers?
I rolled up here and I had pizza, lots of pizza. I had the meat lovers. I had the Supreme. I had some chicken wings. I had some other pizza. It's a feast around here. Sorry, Jamie.
We try to make everybody happy. Yeah, the pizza was gone before Jam Jam got here. Sorry about that, dear. No? Okay. You got a slice? How about those chicken wings? The chicken wings were like on a bone. I've never seen them like that.
It's called a lollipop.
Lollipop? Okay.
Yeah, they lollipopped them. They skinned them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you know real chefs are in the kitchen.
Okay, fair enough. That was real. Thank you, Papa Romano's in Birmingham.
I saw it on Top Chef.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got a little culinary in you.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. All right, so 3rd down and 2. This could be the ball game. 1 timeout remains for Groves. They're down a score, and they got to stop this potent Seaholm Veer offense. 3rd and 2. Kinney has a touchdown into the end zone. Colton Kinney, his 4th rushing touchdown of the game. And Seaholm has crossed half 100.
It almost looked like he was falling over on that play, and there he is letting them know. A little too small today to get me, boys. But that was, I thought he was just going to fall down and take the first down. If you watch him, he looks like he's off balance this entire run, right? Oh, he slips a little bit, and that kind of threw off the defense. He was able to get a touchdown.
8 yards on the touchdown for Kinney, his 4th rushing of the day. 3-play drive, 16 yards, 58 seconds. Extra point, Wesley Billings, and that is good. So with 2:23 to go in this game, Seaholm up 2 scores now. Can Groves make a push?
Yes. As we know in this second half, yes, they can.
The Maples will try to hold off their rival and try to sweep them for the season right after this. Thanks for watching. We're the Prep via NFHS.
Be the best version of yourself. Be bold. Be brilliant. Be Birmingham.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
Outstanding crew tonight. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. Happy birthday to Alex last week. Happy birthday to Stick a few weeks back.
That was a good day.
A lot of Libras in this broadcast production team. It's usually a good thing.
It's always good to have Libras around.
Yeah, man.
We balance you out.
Yeah, balance us Virgos out, that's for sure. Talk astrology and much, much more after the ball game. Billings to boot it. 56-42, Seaholm by 2 touchdowns. It's a poocher, and it's going to be taken at the 34-yard line, taken by number 25, That's Carter Lockey.
And, of course, tackled by who?
It's got to be Penn. Where's Teller?
Oh, man, Penn has had a heck of a game.
So good on
He's made
special
every
team.
special team play today. It's
Really
been
has.
amazing.
Well, the Maples started this year with a big win over Bloomfield Hills. Game seen on the prep. Only blemish in week 2 against UAD. And they're trying to end the season of their rival from Birmingham. 56-20 win for Seaholm. A 48-0 win over Berkeley. 49-14 over Athens. Hardy on the run, trying to keep this thing going. Has the 45-yard line. And a sound gain on that.
Yeah, I mean, it worked for him last time to score a touchdown, so they come back with the same exact play and get a nice gain on first down. And Groves is not out of this game. With how fast they've scored, they score quickly here. You never know.
Seaholm trying to hold on for their 8th straight win in this 2023 campaign.
And sweeping their rivals, more importantly.
Yes. Mario Campoy Lovasco, throw right side, caught. Little interested in getting out of bounds. It's a first down to the 31. It's a gain of 9. He needed 5. Move the chains.
Yeah, and the clock stopped with 1:42.
Onside kick, of course, would be in play. But Groves needs to get in the end zone. They've had short drives today. 4 of their scoring drives have been under 2 minutes. Clock stopped. 1 timeout. Trips to the left. Sanders in the slot left. Motion, handoff Little. Cuts in, cuts out, and down at the 27-yard line. Tackled by Emerson.
Yeah, a great job by that defensive line just stringing that sweep out.
2nd and 6. Throw, out route. It's caught. But that is in bounds, and that'll keep the clock rolling. It's a yard short of the first down, 3rd and 1. And he spikes it. And that is not what you wanted to do there.
No, now it's 4th down, 4th and 1.
Oh, boy. That's a mistake. Now it's 4th down, but they lost 3rd down there.
Yeah, I think he's just a little bit unaware, thinking that may have been a first down, just wanting to stop the clock. That's the heady move to do.
Sure.
But on 3rd down, now you're leaving yourself. You got to pick up this yard, otherwise the game's over.
Yep.
I follow now.
Here you see the talking to Barry Sutton, assistant coach. Matt Turner in the booth, the offensive coordinator. Hardy gets the call. This is a 4th down play. They need a yard. 1:05 left, can only stop the clock once. Hardy keeps it, has the first down, move the chains. Clock will stop initially. Ball down to the 16. It's a gain of 6. 1st and 10. Clock rolling. 57 seconds left. Hardy looking. Dump down. Mario trying to get out of bounds. He won't. Fine play defensively by Penn to keep him in bounds and keep that clock moving.
I love this kid, man. He is where you need him when you need him, making big plays, and he's able to do it in the open field.
2nd and 10. 30 seconds left. Hardy in trouble. Steps aside. End zone got a man. What's the call?
I thought it was a
touchdown. A late touchdown call. Noah Woods with a one-hand snatch on the sideline, and a late call. Did they get it right? We'll see.
We have the benefit of replay. Nobody else gets to see it, and they called one back on Groves earlier in the game that should have been a touchdown. It was a one-handed catch. Here's another one-handed catch. It looked like his right foot was in bounds.
Completed the process.
Yeah.
Maybe a makeup for earlier something that could have been, but either way, congratulations on the play. Noah Woods with a fine catch. Hardy with a touchdown pass, and with 22 seconds left, this thing is not over. Extra point is good. Fine catch by the fan from Birmingham on the porch, and a nice cardigan.
Here's going to be a better look at if his right foot gets in. You'll see it right here. I mean, that's about as close as it can get, and that's a touchdown.
It's a great call and a heck of a catch.
Look at him pleading his case to the official, like, come on, just give it to me.
56-49. This game has seen 105 points, and what a night it's been. My goodness, Stick. This is an onside kick, 22 seconds left. No matter what happens. I mean, this is one of the better battles. Rivals, same city, one town, 4,000 fans. Not many have left tonight. What a battle.
We have seen it all game long. And the only thing, you know, if you're Groves that you're going to kind of be kicking yourself in is not starting the way you should have started and only picking it up in the second quarter. Because if they would have been playing on offense the way they've been playing this second half, they had a much better chance at winning this game. But you got to give it to Seaholm. They came out, they stifled them early, and were able to take that ball and just put up 28 points.
Man, oh man. Onside kick coming up. Gage Waters to boot it. Seaholm smells it.
He's had a couple nice hops, too, off these onside kicks. That's what you want, that kick up at the end.
Hands team out for the Maples. And here's the kick by Waters, and it is recovered by Seaholm. And with just one timeout left, the Maples are smelling a sweep.
A great job by the hands team there. Never a question. Just corral the ball, cradle it, and fall on it, and you get yourself a victory. Man, what an exciting night for these kids on both sides. And just the way this game was played, this is something that they're going to be talking about forever. Honestly, they're going to be 45, 50 years old talking about how they beat their crosstown rival 56-49.
Getting ready, all pent up to take the field. We'll have our G of the game afterwards. Don't go anywhere. And there it is. Groves will elect not to call a timeout, and this is over. Seaholm wins it. A few fist pumps for Jim DeWald, the head coach, after getting swept a season ago by Groves in the regular season, and then again in the playoffs with a win. Seaholm comes back and eliminates their rival from across town. 56-49. Seaholm victorious. They advance to the district final next week, and they'll face the winner of Livonia Franklin and I believe Lakeland. We'll get an update on that. But for now, we'll take a quick timeout, and we'll come back to Maple Field. Happy home team. Maples hold on and win it by a score.
Be the best version of yourself. Be bold. Be brilliant. Be Birmingham.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. pressure, steps up. Marshall wants to run again, cuts down the middle of the field. All alone, touchdown, Warriors! What a cut. Seaholm celebrating on the field. You see Jim DeWald in the middle of that. What a big grin for Jim.
You know what he's going to have? A nice cold drink after this.
Yes, he is. Well-deserved. There you see the longtime trainer, Jim, bouncing around. And
so
there's
all
a
I
big
do is win.
Yeah.
Wow, what a scene here, too. They let all the kids wait on the sidelines, and then they officially announced that they could come on the field with the players, and they started rushing. And it's so great to see the fans and the players. And look at that, just everybody enjoying themselves on a night like this. What a big home game. What a big win for Birmingham Seaholm. Kara's down there somewhere trying to find our G of the game, but she's getting lost in the crowd. It's amazing to find her in that sea of people, too.
What a game for our G of the game. Colton Kinney, 22 rushes, 121 yards, 4 touchdowns. And he was 3 of 4 from the air, 52 yards, 2 touchdowns, both to Louis Sullivan. And how about it? Seaholm ends up winning this ball game by a final score of 56-49. Hard fought both ways, and man, this was a battle that you wanted to see. A one-score game last week when they played 21-14. This one got a little bit funky and turned into an offensive bonanza. When things looked out of hand, we were thinking about a running clock.
We discussed it during a break, yeah.
28-0, Seaholm led with 6:08 to go in the second quarter. And then Groves went to work, made this a game, and Seaholm would hold on.
I could watch this scene all day long. There's so much going on, watching each individual kid, and then keep flashing back to the coach.
Everybody wants a hug with Jim.
Oh, he deserves it, man. You know the intensity on that phone call that we had with him, just talking about how much this means to him, how much he takes pride in his program that they've built without going out and trying to get other players, that he does it with his homegrown guys.
That's right.
And look what they were able to accomplish today. And then we see Kara down there. I think she's got him.
All right, let's go down to the field with Carol Wolfbauer. She's with a repeat offender, a G of the game. Let's go down to Kara. Kara, take it away.
Thanks, Chad. Sorry, yes, we've had Colton Kinney now, our G of the game for the 3rd time this season. He's got his students, everyone rallying around him right now. He really wants to celebrate and get ready. But Colton, first, just tell me how it feels to have all these students around you and win this rivalry game tonight.
Feels great. The student section was electric tonight. Our whole team was great. I mean, everyone was working, especially the offense. I mean, the offensive line was working. I mean, we just got things going from the start, and I mean, it just kind of never ended. This hasn't happened in a long time, so I'm very excited.
Well, congratulations. We're really excited for you guys, but also another thing, we could really feel the rivalry tonight. Can you tell us the energy on your side? What's that all about?
I mean, the energy on our side was great. I mean, we show class out there. We love to show class. I mean, if the other team doesn't want to show class, it's fine. We'll show class too. Our student section was great. Our fans were great. I mean, it was just a great environment.
Congratulations once again on being our G of the game presented by G Brands USA. All the students are calling him the MVP, so congratulations. Go celebrate with your friends. Now, Colton, we'll send it back up to the guys in the booth.
Oh, fun night in Birmingham for those boys. Colton collecting prep G of the game hats. I wonder if he's going to give one to his brother, one to his other brother, who's an offensive assistant.
You know what? I'd love to see him take it over to coach and put it on his head right now.
Yes.
That'd be a great moment. But, yeah, G of the game, well earned. 6 total touchdowns for that young man in a game where we saw 105 points put on the board. That was his first beautiful pass for a touchdown.
That was to Louis Sullivan, and that was that made it 7-0. And then Colton Kinney would go in for a score there, Stick.
Yep. Make it 14-0. And then another pass. And he got 2 Groves wide receivers or defensive backs running into each other for an easy touchdown. That put him up 21-0. There you go, letting him know that he is him. And then Lewis had a big game, too. I mean, he broke some big runs in some big moments. This put him up 28-0, but he had a huge one. Jack Lewis, he went 8 for 101 on the day with 2 touchdowns, 12 yards per carry. Then you saw Groves trying to get into the rhythm right before the half. Young Sanders there handing the ball to the official like his daddy used to. And there you see Kinney doing it again, letting them know they're a little too small. You know, he said that they're a little playing with class, and that's how you play with class. You let them know you're small. You can't handle me. But overall, a great game. I mean, when you have what? How many touchdowns have we have scored today?
7 plus 8 is 15. 15 touchdowns.
15 total touchdowns. It was just a fun game to watch. Both these schools should hold their head high, be very proud walking into their school on Monday because they put on a show for everybody in the crowd. All 4,000 people here in the crowd. You see Sanders getting in the end zone again, and this was that sweep that scored once again. And here you go, the response. This was Lewis. This was a big moment in the game because I believe it was a one-score game at that time when Lewis scored. And then to come right back off of the long delay because of the injury, you had Caden Hardy doing his thing, cutting back across the entire field. I mean, there are just so many highlights in this game. And then you see Colton McKinney. He slips, but it doesn't matter. You can't stop this kid from getting in the end zone today. A great one-handed catch by Noah Woods there for our final score of the game. And that takes us to where we're at right now, 56-49. City of Birmingham put on tonight.
Stand up, Birmingham. Stand up a little taller tonight for Seaholm. How about our crew special here on NFHS? We are the Prep, produced by the Prep. Thank you for allowing us this opportunity. Moving on is Seaholm after their win over Groves, a season sweep. Want to thank our crew, Alex Westfall, your executive producer, Evan Westfall on replay, Austin Sonnenberg on graphics, C-Jack on audio, A1 tonight, Rob Sarna on a camera, Brad Ross on a tight follow, the Schwarzenator way up on the roof on camera 3, Chris Armani Rose on the field working his magic on camera 4, CP3, Craig Patterson on the parabola, Sam Stick Day, my partner on color commentary, Carol Wolfbauer, our field side analyst. On statistics, Jamie Janssen and Pat Bush, Pat the Stat, and Jam Jan fabulous again tonight. Thank you to Birmingham Groves. Thank you to Birmingham Seaholm, Jim DeWald, Aaron Frank, who's been awesome, all the fine folks from Seaholm, and all the great folks watching tonight. For my partner Sam Stick Day, my name's Chad Bush, saying so long from Birmingham Seaholm and Maples Field, where Seaholm holds on to a 56-49 win and an advancement to the district final next Friday night. We'll have that here on NFHS. Have a great Friday night, everybody. The final Friday night in October. Thanks so much. So long.